That was letting it. Junk?
Hi.
That's right. That's right. Make sure everything is good to go. Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta put Assassin back into place. along with all the.
Can I refund it? Should I just play? It's fine.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there we go. I'll fix it.
Honestly, that might be a game I want to own anyway, so I could cancel my subscription.
There you go. Hey, welcome everybody to the Renegade Realm Podcast, episode 83. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, good. Well, we'll get to you in a minute. Sorry, that sounded really. Welcome everybody to the Renegade Realm Podcast. I'm your host, Red Wolf, as always, joined by Holly.
Hey.
And
What's up?
okay. Okay. Also, who also can bark, Damarco.
Bork.
There we go. And of course, as always, Assassin.
Our
Oh, that was a good bark. You just went arf. Was that intentional?
no.
Okay, well, you did it.
That's
You
the
nailed
sound my dog used to make too when she was getting really old.
Arf.
Arf. And didn't want to move anymore.
Fantastic. I love it. And shout out to everyone in chat. Thank you all so much for being here tonight with us. I'll go from the top. Who actually was first, the game adaptation newscast, who says first. Thank you so much for being here. Fark you. Hey, Andrew Cullinane. It's Timmy. Yodani Gazada. Assassin, who's also here. Assassin, can you confirm you're real?
I don't know, am I?
All right, well, we'll find out. Stay tuned. Barry Donnellan, who's a channel member, by the way. Fantastic channel member, which we love. We love and appreciate you. Thank you, Barry Donnellan. The Elemental here, the Shadowlink Dragon Wolf King. Hype. Yes, for Stalker 2, I'm assuming. BT Maverick. Maverick. There you go. BT Maverick is here. Game Seeker. What's up, buddy? God, who else is here? So much happening. And then that's it. I think that's it. And I'm sure that there are some new subscribers who are asking you're like, what the hell is happening? What is this thing? It's a weekly podcast. Every single Tuesday we go live 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. BT Maverick, 8:37 PFT time, and 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. I finally got there. There we go. So all you need to know is Eastern and Pacific Time. There you go. 6 p.m. And we just talk about games, and that's what we're doing here. And again, shout out to the channel members who are in the chat: Barry Donnellan, Game Seeker, OG Frost, and Game Seeker. Thank you guys so much, all two of you, which made it sound like there's 5. Oh man, I've had too much coffee and too much sleep. I had this terrible thing where if I have to get up really early, I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, I wonder what time it is. And then I lay there thinking, I wonder if I have an hour to sleep, or I wonder if I have 2 hours to sleep. And then I'm like, just go back to bed. And the frustration of angrily just go to bed makes me not be able to sleep. And then I lay there for an hour and a half, and then I'm like, might as well check the time. And it's like the time that it would have taken me to sleep, 4 hours I could have had, and now I have 1. So yesterday was awful. Didn't sleep at all, and then I slept way too long. It's been great. And plus, Stalker 2 is coming out. Starfield got an update that I've been waiting for since the beginning of time. There's just so much going on. And Damarco, you want to tell everyone.
That's not Damarco. That's Colt Eastwood.
Then
Oh, it
Colt
is?
Eastwood.
I'm sorry. Let me help you out there. I apologize.
Yeah, Damarco. Who cares about that guy?
I'm sorry.
but-
Every
Hey,
single
Colt, how was
week
your
I
show
do
last
this.
night?
Yeah, exactly.
There's also a new game. By it's called the Threshold, I think, which is pretty exciting. It is by. Let me. You know what? Come back to me because I want to get this exactly right.
Okay.
It just
Ollie-
released today, and it's getting incredibly positive reviews. It's a little indie game, from a developer that worked at not Wolf Eye Studio, Arcane, I believe, Arcane Studio.
Okay.
Give me a
I think I
sec,
know what you're
let
talking
me find
about. Okay.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
Holly-
about Rafael Colantonio?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that was the one you were telling us about.
That's
Holly.
Wolf Eye.
Yeah.
He's got the band Weird Wolves.
No.
Yes. No. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Assassin's head.
What now?
There we go. I got you. Don't you worry.
I'm already worried.
That's okay. Well, I don't know what's going on with the layer. Whatever. I'll figure it out as we go.
It
Hey,
looks
Holly,
fine.
Look, well, it looks fine now. Before it was like, well, I'll show you what it
Except
looked
he's
like
me,
that.
and I am him, and I am me. Sorry.
I think
We
I
are
got you.
your
I was
legion.
right.
Oh,
I was
you
right.
are-
I was right. Okay.
We are legion.
We are Legion.
I
That's
will-
right. Let me fix that.
I will probably get this wrong. Pronunciation. Julian Eviel, lead level systems and game designer, worked on Marvel's Blade at Arcane, Deathloop, Dishonored, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Crisis 4, and has just released their own indie game called Threshold. It is a psychological horror game that is so far has 18 reviews, all of them positive, saying don't look at anything, just play this game. And anytime, it's like a short hour and a half, and anytime if you're waiting for something to hold you over while you are checking down the clock for Stalker 2 to release, it's like $9 on Steam. Can check it out. And I always love these sort of self-contained horror experiences whenever it's like what happened with Inscription. When Inscription released, everyone was like, don't look at anything, just play the game. And Holly, you played Inscription, and would you agree that was a great game? So whenever I
It's
see those
very
types
good.
of reviews, I always my
Hard.
ears perk up, and I perk up, and everything perks up, and I get really
Oh.
excited.
All
And
right.
the wa-
That's what I'm talking about. Like, give it to me. Yeah, brother.
So Threshold is a thing on Steam, and if you like indie games and you like Arcane Studios, then you could maybe consider checking it. It's literally $9 on Steam right now.
Is it only PC? Because
Or probably.
we
it's called
do
Threshold.
have a lot of peeps that are PC no. So,
Yeah, I know.
that's good.
Well, maybe this will incentivize them to be PC yes, because you could get great games like Threshold.
Threshold, $8.99. Oh wait,
There you go.
there's two thresholds. There's one that's 99 cents as well.
Nope.
Inscription is great. It's very good. And it's on Xbox, and you can get it dirt cheap a lot of times.
Here's some reviews. I'll give you a couple. 10 out of 10. Absolutely chilling. Man, indies this year. My mouth. ... Another one. My
There
mouth.
we go.
Literal goosebumps. This game has extremely powerful, creepy vibes. Scary game. I play good game. Very nice. With these types of reviews,
What
How
more
can you
does
say
he need
no?
to say? I mean, come on, guys. Look at him. That's great. I
There's-
mean,
Did you see this bundle with this game called Mouthwashing?
is that Power Wash Simulator? Or is it just a big open mouth?
It's creepy looking. It's horror. It's got. It has overwhelmingly positive reviews, over 6,000 of them.
there you go.
That might be a good bundle.
Got a bundle.
That's right. If you can't
Check it out.
stand to wait for the next 11 hours.
And honestly,
I
a
can't
game like
do
this,
math.
when a good indie game comes out, it deserves an award, like the ones you can find at the Game Awards, which recently just
Oh,
had
wait.
their nominations.
Oh god.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a damn minute now. That's great and everything. Hey, Assassin, tell me about your little self this week.
As far as like what I've been playing,
Yeah, just everything that's ever happened.
okay. I can't exactly explain everything from the beginning of the universe to now, but what I
on,
can
you're the only one.
what I can tell you is what I've been playing. I've been playing the multiplayer for Black Ops 6. Actually, Holly actually joined me and my Siege crew one night
Did.
a few days ago.
Yeah, and
That was-
I have
that
to
was a lot
say,
of fun.
you are the worst streamer I have ever seen, because I have left.
I know.
I left so many chats watching that stream, and not one was responded to.
How
So,
rude.
funny story about that. I couldn't actually read any of the chats. My app was glitched. So it said that I saw that there was activity in the chat. I just could not see anything.
0
So-
out of 10. Your most loyal stream watcher, me, was there chatting.
My loyal
And
stream-
No, not a single response. So Holly, I said hi to you multiple times because I heard you in the background, but obviously the message didn't get relayed because.
No, I had no idea.
Yep. See.
Hey, I explained
But,
why.
You know,
As it is, you can be salty if you want. The good thing is, I managed to fix it. I should be able to see chats now. Anyway,
Hi.
better late than never.
That's right. Your turn. Assassin. Sorry.
So BO6, I've been playing Siege with my friends as usual, and I've actually been hammering away at Sonic Shadow Generations. I actually beat the Sonic part of the game, and I'm actually about a good third of the way through Shadow's part of the game. No one told me that Sonic was so fun, but so fucking frustrating. It's pretty great. Actually, to be honest, I want to go back to Shadow right now. Nah, okay. I can wait.
I mean, I thought you were like a fan. I thought you were a fan of Sonic, or you just did. You just thought. Am I dumb?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good, man. Holly, what have you been playing?
Yeah. Sorry. FarQ is really, really good at totally derailing all of my. Yes.
Edited something.
Yes, he sent me. You should definitely send this to Red Wolf right now, or I can send it over to him. I've been playing Black Ops 6. That is all.
That's all.
I
Okay.
really,
Hey.
I
Did you
really,
beat it?
but wait. I want to ask Assassin really fast. Have you
Yeah.
played any more Silent Hill 2? I have not gone back yet, but I'm like on the cusp of going back and like adding just a, because I can only play the game like an hour at a time because it's so intense. Have you gone
I
back
haven't
and
gone
played
back to
more?
it. No.
Okay. Good. Then we're twinning.
We're twinning. Oh boy. And DeMarco, thank you so much, Yadani. I appreciate you, buddy. I'll read that in just a second. DeMarco, you've been doing like a lot of life stuffs, but have you done any fun things this week? Have you gone outside and ran around
The grass is dying, so I can't bring it back in. Remember that
okay.
bit? That was a
I do
good
remember
bit.
that bit. You're like, I'm glad you asked. And you said a handful of grass. That's so good.
No, now I'm
Oh, man.
inside and I stay cozy thanks to my complimentary plain white mug.
That's right. And he gets one of those
Coming
every
soon
3
to Red Wolf
years.
Renegade merch shop. Plain white mug.
Nice.
Plain white mug. Yep, that'll be added. That'll be great. It's like it has the logo on the bottom of the cup. So you're like, look how cool it is. Look at this,
Realizing
everyone.
not available.
I've been watching Assassin's streams to thanklessly watching Assassin's stream.
God, just
I've already explained it, you fucking hack.
Yeah, listen, I don't call me the hack. You're the one that should be engaging with your chat during live stream. So
No, I called you a hack because you're a PC elitist and nothing more. Continue.
Okay.
Red.
Ouch. I was having a bad week before this, but now it just turned into a terrible one. So thank you for that. At least I have
Saw the
Stalker
edit.
2 and plain white mug.
Red mug.
Okay.
No, I've you know what? I've hopped a little bit into. I've been continuing my Skyrim playthrough, and I have to say, it is insane to me that this game that's released in 2011. So if I can do math, it would be 13 years. 13 years that game has been out, and I think it's still genuinely one of the best games that you can possibly play. Aside from the mods, just the world in and of itself, it's incredible that it can keep bringing you back in the way it does. And I posted some screenshots. I don't know if you guys saw. I posted some screenshots on Twitter, on X, and it's insane just visually what people can make this 13-year-old game look like. And everyone always goes, Bethesda, bad engine, and they have they start word vomiting about why they don't about things they don't understand. And then you look at what modders were able to do, and then they'll just turn around and be like, well, modders shouldn't have to fix the game. But it's a 13-year-old game. Give it a break. They can only do these things because it's on that engine. And so I always get just a bit of a tummy ache because I get so mad. I get so angry. And It's a great game. It's a great game. Everyone should play it. It's a great way to stay in shape.
I love that. Yeah, and we'll definitely talk about. Well, we don't have to talk about Bethesda or Starfield, but yeah,
Please now.
And some Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a great game to hop into, and then just hop out of.
Oh, did you play some Call of Duty? Just jumped in, got a little frustration out, and
Couple matches, jump in, jump out.
Yeah.
It's a great game for that. Like that's literally what I think Call of Duty is ideal for.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, just jumping in, being like, I got something out of that. I feel different now, probably better than I was feeling. Maybe I was frustrated, and I was like, let's do this thing, and now I'm refreshed.
And then
ready to go.
a kid yelled over the microphone, and now I feel better.
There you go. Exactly. I want to share this with everyone. So FarQ, so generously updated the current thumbnail. So if everyone can just, if you pull down the thumbnail, you'll see I have Jeff Keighley on there, and FarQ has.
Buy a Zora, buy a Zora, buy a Zora.
So this is the new thumbnail that FarQ has generated, with replaced my face. So there you go, everyone. There you go. And he's also.
What the fuck?
He is also
That's better.
updated with
Popping collars.
this Bobbin Collars with PS5 right here. Here we go again. Wait for it to focus. There we go. Yep. Here's me with my PS5, popping my collar with my PS5. Yeah. So thank you for doing that.
That hair is amazing. That
I know.
hair
I
is
wish I had it.
art.
And
Fuck you.
there we go. Oh, there. Thank you. Far Q. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Oh, that's why you did the buy Azura thing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you so much, Lotus Esprit. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Wow. Lotus Esprit dropped a $50 super chat. Thank you so much. And they just said, Damarco, hope your week gets better. And hey, I think they brought that into existence because you are getting better. Things are good, happening good with you, Damarco, right?
Things are, we're transitioning.
Yeah.
It's transitioning.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. So
At
thank
least
you.
I got Stalker 2 to play.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we can talk about soccer too, because we'll get there. First, Yadani Kazada, thank you so much, brother, for the $10 super chat. He says, you don't have to fix the names on the overlay if you just cover a panel member with a large cornucopia or turkey every time someone drops some monies. Also, are all Sonic fans in on the spectrum? That was so polite, and I love that. I love that for you, Assassin. Man, yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah, maybe I'll bring up a cornucopia just to throw on Assassin's face. If we
What face? My face is not on camera.
well,
Not yet.
Whoopsie.
Put it on DeMarco's.
No,
Okay.
my hair actually looks good today. Don't do that to me.
Oh my God, I keep bringing shit up.
I didn't say put it on your hair. Just put it on his beard.
Oh, you can
Okay.
put it on my beard. No, but my beard also looked good today. Don't do that.
It's
Yeah,
going
so-
on you no matter what you say.
Real quick, sorry, I'm distracted. I apologize. Let me go. I'm trying to unblock chat. There we go. Slow Lark, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, dude. It's good to see you. Sorry, let me scroll back up. They said hello earlier. Hey everyone, I finished Inscription the other day, and I agree, it's fantastic. I also dropped. It also dropped on Xbox last month, I think. Yeah, and then Jonas was also saying, play it, do it. Jonas was curious about
now.
why I'm. Do it now, come on, quit it, stop it, do it, start it, come on, what am I doing here? I mean, why is, oh yeah, the OBS setup, yeah, I was having trouble there. Yeah, I was having trouble. Make sure no one else dropped in here. Spartan661, what's up, buddy? I don't know if I said hello, but hello, thank you. Thank you for being here. And maybe I'll try to get Assassin's face set up with a, I don't know, what do you guys want Assassin to be? You guys want him to be a cornucopia with a face or a turkey with a mouth? I don't know.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
We'll figure it out.
cornucopia.
Speaking of hate, people are mad. Again! Holly, you shared a great picture that was shared on Twitter. The Game Awards, once again, for 10 years in a row, hasn't had a single, specifically an Xbox exclusive, as a nominee. Now, I do remember last year, Starfield actually was one of the runner-ups or whatever. Like, so you can always vote for them, but people don't vote because they don't play on Xbox, I guess. So the bias is still there. So this year, once again, help me out. This year nominees, Holly, were Astrobot,
Yeah.
Elden Ring,
Astrobot,
DLC.
LC, Shadow of the Erd Tree,
Yep.
Metaphor Refantasio,
Yes, which I get that one. I get that one. Yep. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Balatro,
Okay.
Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah. So
Astrobot. Astrobot.
In Astrobot.
You said
yeah.
Astrobot.
I think I.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, there you start.
Okay.
So.
It's all
Put it
up
on-
here.
Put it on Red Wolf's hair. Well, I know I can only see like the little square thing that I've been seeing on Twitter all day long for the past 2 days. So when did Final Fantasy VII come out? Remake or Rebirth?
February.
February. Okay. When did Dragon's Dogma 2 come out? March.
Literally 2 weeks later.
Right. So
You thought Dragon's Dogma had a chance, didn't you?
the thing, so I am like, I'm
Year
trying
of
to
the
like,
Dragon.
piggyback off because Holly, I've literally listened to you on 2 podcasts in a row, and so you had a bunch of great points. Which
This
is
is
why I'm
my
going to you
5th day in a
first.
row podcasting.
I know. Yeah, Holly has been. She was on Cult Show. She was on the ADS Aim Down Sights podcast with Panda and Nero and Soul, and Risk It for the Biscuits show. Right, Friday.
And then we pre-recorded Sunday for this Friday.
Oh
so
my God. Yeah. So again, thank you for being here.
It's been
as always. Yeah. Just obligations, dedications,
it's
and
fine.
whatnot.
This is
Yeah, this is the fun part of the week, hopefully. So, okay, so you had a really great point because you were talking about like recency bias with the Game Awards. And there's always going to be a problem with the Game Awards, in my opinion. Everyone wants the Game Awards to happen in February because of this exact issue where it's like you're not excited about. It's like, okay, for example, right now, I'm so excited about Stalker 2. 2 weeks ago, or a week ago or whatever, I was really excited about Death Stranding because it just dropped out of nowhere, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And then I got caught up with Dragon Age as well. I'm still really having a good time with that game, believe it or not. But I contradict myself every time I talk about that game. And then now here we are next to Stalker, and I'm like, I don't care about Dragon Age. I don't care about Death Stranding, and that's just an issue I think in any sort of awards channel or any sort of awards show. So can you? What do you have any issues with this list? First of all, with the nominees, Damarco's
I
nodding
think-
violently.
I think there are a couple games that could have been just as easily on this list, if not maybe taken the place of 1 or 2 of these that are there. Excluding the DLC argument, like just taking that out of the equation, I really, really think Silent Hill 2 Remake had a really fair chance of being on this list. And I also am surprised that Dragon's Dogma 2, I mean, who knows? We didn't see like runners up, but I feel like it was probably pretty close because everybody was playing that game. And I don't know. Like it's hard because a lot of the games that came out this year, they're not really my jam. But it doesn't mean that they don't deserve the spot, right? Like Metaphor didn't look like my kind of game, but everybody loves it, and that's great, right? It probably definitely deserves its place there. Final Fantasy isn't my thing. I didn't play it, but I do remember there being controversy sort of around that game when it came out for a few reasons, but it did get really good scores, so maybe it was as great as, but that's the problem, right? We're here now, and that was in February. And I don't think shifting the Game Awards to February changes this issue, right? It's just a matter of time. So somebody's always going to be at the front of the year, the year of possible category, and somebody's going to be at the end. So I don't know if I'm okay,
Everything's
just
fine.
making sure. I don't know if I'm jumping ahead to what you wanted to talk about, but I'll stop there
There I am.
before I go any further.
No, Damarco, go ahead.
Oh,
Matt.
you're
Oh, Go to him. Go to him.
I mean, I don't know if we're jumping right to the expansion slash DLC slash remake discussion. That's really where I have the most to say because I'm completely against it. For many reasons. I'm actually against it. However, I was thinking about it a lot today because I know that we were going to talk about it on the show. So I was thinking a lot about it, and I actually started to kind of question. There you go. I actually started to kind of question because I was thinking about it very philosophically, and I said, okay, well, what's the proper arguments? And I'm really excited to dive into that. But I do think there were a fair bit of games I would have rather seen just on a personal level represented. For example, and Holly, you illustrated, like, Final Fantasy isn't necessarily my type of game. I would have loved to see Space Marine 2 there. I would have loved to see, Jonas is saying Manor Lords in chat. Maybe not for Game of the Year, because I don't think it's not fully out
early
yet.
Access.
But yeah, it's early access, so that's a bit different.
Didn't that get nominated for Best Sim Strategy Game?
It did, yes.
Okay. There you go, Jonas. It's got something.
So I think that there, I would have loved to see Dragon's Dogma. I would have loved to see Space Marine 2. Yeah. I would have loved to see some other games take some of those spots. But I think, Western Fantasy RPGs, Damarco, yes, exactly. I think that I would have preferred if the award, I would have preferred. I think every year that goes by for me, the Game Awards becomes less and less exciting, especially as I keep seeing the same games get nominated across so many different categories. And there's so many releases that are out, and I get that this is a panel of a ton of different judges. I don't know what the exact number is, but seeing, for example, what was, this year it was Astrobot, nominated across so many different categories. And that's not to say that it doesn't deserve to be in those categories, but I think it just makes the award show less engaging for me. And so when people make that argument, oh, you're watching a game event, like a game showcase with some awards tacked on, every year I feel as though that's becoming more and more true for me, which is sad, because I remember years ago I used to get friends together and we used to all watch it, and like, if we couldn't be together, we would just watch it separately, live streaming, and we'd be on the phone or like on a Discord call, like talking about what's going on. And I don't really feel the excitement to do that as much as I once did.
Yeah.
And that's not diving into the DLC discussion, which I have a lot to say on. But
yeah, and just to that point, yeah, it was always really exciting because we wanted to see like who won, like, but you never really. I don't ever remember getting like upset about it, like I was like, hurry up and let's get this thing over with kind of thing, until the past few years I really started to feel like that, because nowadays it's just like a giant ad, it's like a giant marketing, it's like a giant trailer. I don't know,
it feels more artificial than it ever has.
Exactly.
That's more, what it's become, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, sorry,
it's not celebratory. No, yeah,
it's not legitimized to the point of like the Grammys, the Emmys, the Oscars, right? Because it's new, right? But it's funded so much by advertising within the stream versus like, network things where they don't do it directly in the stream, right? They just charge a ton of money like outside of the stream. But and there's so many other gaming awards, certainly not as big as this one, but it just feels like he's really trying his best, and I think he's doing a good job, but it isn't legitimized enough to not question these decisions, right? Like, that's kind of the issue. So really, in all honesty, people are getting upset, but should you really be upset? Because you're really just watching it for trailers at this point anyway, right? Like,
which is the unfortunate part.
Which is, right.
Yeah. And Assassin. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say on that point too. When every single year it feels like after the showcase, we had the one year with Christopher Judge, which, mind you, he was talking for way too long. But like Christopher Judge, and then all the memes like whatever, it was like your time is up. was coming
Flute
up.
Guy's
And
the
then,
best thing to come out of it. Flute Guy.
yeah,
His joke the next year though was perfectly hilarious though.
yeah, it was. No, it was hysterical, but it's just unfortunate.
Even though
And then
Even though
last
it's
year,
Holly's favorite game.
What?
last year it was I felt like there were so many awards that were given out in the pre-show, which were major. They were big awards. It was like best audio design or something, which is an important that wasn't the specific one, but I feel as though a lot of those awards were just like boom and then boom and then boom and then boom and then here's our new trailer.
Yep,
you know,
exactly. Yep.
and it
The
goes, all
perfect.
right, what do we?
Check this out. Yeah.
And now that we got through all of that garbage, let's get to the real stuff. It's like he's almost just humoring.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the content creator part, the content creator award, and the esports awards, those should be in the pre-show.
Those are all pre-show.
Yeah.
No one cares about those.
100%.
No,
Yeah.
no, there was some esports. I think all 3 esports were in the main show last year. They were just one and done, just like 30 seconds and over. Like they could have
Sorry,
just
during-
put that in the pre-show, save some time.
Even
During the
most
main show, they
anticipated
skipped
game
stuff.
is silly. Like I think that is. I'm sorry. I think that's a silly topic.
Also, anyone else think there's some bias there in that particular category with Death Stranding 2? Like, come on, bro.
Wait,
Like,
what's
do you-
Death Stranding? Wait,
Like, why
explain
is
that.
Death Stranding 2 on most anticipated? What? GTA 6, obviously, that's the big one. Ghost of Yotai makes sense. All the ones there make sense. But Death Stranding 2. Look, I know people have come back to that game, to the first game, and they like it a lot. But come on, you couldn't have put something else there. Fable, like that one specifically, or something else, like replaced. Anything else could fill that one. He's not beating these allegations that Kojima has a big part in this show, intentional or not.
Colt,
Like
Colt
that
Eastwood,
is.
yeah.
No.
And I agree with you, Assassin. You
Doom
that's a
Dark
really good
Ages.
point.
Doom.
Yes.
Well,
Doom.
Fable. Yeah,
Doom.
Colt says Fable should be most anticipated. Doom Dark Ages. Like
Dope
pick
Song's
any of the
another
good
top
one.
ones.
There's
Judas
like all these
is-
other like
So it's
Clockwork
almost like they
Revolution.
look. And by the way, chat, you guys should know by now. If you followed us this long, we are not the console war channel. You know, I don't give a shit. We play games wherever. Matter of fact, I think the majority of people here, well, Damarco and Holly are mainly PC. I'm mostly Xbox. I have a PC. Assassin is mainly PlayStation, who occasionally plays on his Xbox with his friends. This isn't about console wars, but it is. It's like they looked at a list and they're like, well, what other PlayStation games are there out there? And they went for Death Stranding and other games. What about Fable? Well, we don't really know much about that. It's like, no, you don't know much about it because you're not fucking looking into it. Like, why don't you give everyone a chance? Why don't you, if it's about the Game Awards, it's not the PlayStation Awards. I don't know. It just feels disingenuous to call it the Game Awards. And Jeff Keighley is now trying to patent it or sorry, what's the word?
Patent the name.
Yeah, what's the term for it? Is it
He's trying to
patent?
patent the name the Game Awards.
Yeah, like a reaction. Who tried to do the reaction thing a couple years ago?
The Fine Bros. They tried to
That's what it was.
trademark React all
Yeah,
those
that's
years
right.
ago, and every reactionary content creator went after them for that. And honestly,
Yeah.
that was the stupidest thing.
Like,
they
this is
could have
my
ever-
livelihood. You're
happened?
gonna shut down. So the Fine Bros tried to patent the word react, which means that anyone who has a channel that's based on reactions, they can't even use the word anymore, or they can't even base it on that anymore. Have to call it something else.
No, they couldn't do reaction content at all. They couldn't do reaction content. They couldn't
Oh,
use
but
the
that
word
would be
react in
fine.
it. They couldn't do anything. They tried.
Yeah.
And then the
they-
whole YouTube community went after them for that.
Drake says trademark. Yes, thank you. That's what I was. Thank you, Drake. And thank you
Yes.
for being here. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. Anyway, I'm about to go on a tangent. I can feel it. But anyway, it just seemed like they looked at a list of PlayStation games and I don't know. Like, we talk about bias and stuff like that, like what we're most comfortable with and the platform, the controllers that we like. If you don't like the Xbox controller, why don't you wait for your PlayStation games to come to PC so you can? I don't know. Anyway, it just frustrates me. It frustrates me so much. I didn't get mad until Colt came in and said Doom and Fable, and then I started thinking about what you guys were mentioning, Judas and all those other
Doom.
ones.
Doom would have been perfect.
Dude,
Yeah,
everyone
Doom,
lost their
Dark Ages.
shit.
Above,
Yes.
The Dark
honestly, and
Ages.
not to be a dick to Fable. I'm excited for Fable, but like above Fable.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that's because it's Bethesda.
Man.
Doom
That's right,
guy in a
You're not
fur
beating the
hoodie.
delegation,
That's
bro.
it.
I know. Can you imagine just? Oh my god, yeah, he was looking.
Doom
good.
the Dark Ages, Borderlands 4, Mafia the Old Country. There were so many other 2025 games.
So out of curiosity, before we all sound like idiots, or maybe before I sound like an idiot specifically,
Yeah.
all the games that were given most anticipated, do they have release dates? Or,
No,
like,
they have a
Release
2025 win.
windows.
They're
I
all
don't
release
know.
windows.
That's a good
They're
question.
all release windows. Okay.
No, wait,
So
sorry.
the reason why I asked is because I don't want to have this conversation and then just all the other games that we're mentioning are sort of undated, and then it would make a
Yeah.
lot of sense, right? So just want to make sure
All right,
that
so
as a podcast, we are authoritative and specific on our
It
sources.
doesn't.
Right. We
The
make
problem
the
is,
rules.
it doesn't
So-
matter what else is there. GTA 6 is gonna win it. It doesn't matter. Like
For
It
that
doesn't
category.
matter. Like, why even put that? Why even have a most anticipated category this year? GTA 6 was gonna clear it anyway. Like, why
GTA
would
6
why?
is gonna get it this year, next year, because it's not gonna be out next year. It's just
It's gonna get delayed. Wrong.
Honestly,
be
it's a good
pretty
it's a
cool.
good category for the publisher specifically, though, because obviously it builds
All
hype
except
and
for
anticipation
Xbox.
around their game.
All
so-
except for Xbox, because they never get in. They weren't even on the most anticipated, and I don't think for years. I don't think they've ever been on the most anticipated game list at all.
I think it was.
Now that I think about it.
wasn't it Starfield the most anticipated?
Starfield was, bro. Starfield was not on there. He put
No, no,
it, he
no,
gave
no,
it
no,
to
I'm
everything
saying-
else but Starfield.
No, I know. I'm saying so. There's always a chance that these things will go up there, but you can always vote. So, like, they allow you to vote, so they give you a list of things that they've deemed okay to vote for, and then people just didn't vote for Starfield. Is what I'm saying. I'm only using Starfield as an example. Yeah.
Hold on. So every award except the actual like community best, or like there's one award that's just like vote on it and it'll go. But the all of the other awards,
By Azura, by Azura, by Azura.
90% of the votes are from the 100 plus media that they have, and then like everybody else only counts for 10%.
It should be.
So
it
even
should be
if-
50-50.
Well,
I'm
the
sorry.
problem is though is that you could bot in. That's why they do that. So like, you
I
know,
don't care.
your game is Minecraft 2 or whatever it is, right? You could just buy a bunch of bot votes into it to boost your thing up. That's why they keep it so skewed to media.
Oh, okay.
Right,
yeah.
Udani?
Right, Yodani. Yodani, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, which made the turkey bigger, by the way. Every donation is going to
I
make the
hate
turkey
you.
bigger. No, you love it. Come on.
Why'd you make my freaking profile into a in turkey?
Because you don't put your
Let's-
face on.
You didn't put your face on. It's November. It's turkey season, baby. Yeah, so we're ready. You're ready to. Anyway, Yodani, thank you so much, bro. $5 super chat. He says, that blue number, Holly, is a tall glass of water. Like, actually tall in real life. So, chat wants to know, big spoon or little spoon? Spoonsies for life with a Y. Yeah, can you answer that? No.
How
no
tall
comment.
is the other spoon?
That's a very good question. Yeah, because you can't. It doesn't really work. You can pretend to be a little spoon, even if you're taller. You know.
You don't really get spooned, then you just get teacupped.
I love how you're doing this. You're like, come here. Oh my god. Well, there you go. Yeah. It really just depends. It depends on how like hot it is too. You know. You can just be like little. They're there. Let's pretend, but we can't right now. It's too hot. Ladled. There you go. Ladled. He says, yeah. There you go. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yodani. I appreciate you, bud. Cole says, I need an adult. All right. Oh, what is happening to my chat? Oh, there we go. There we go. Are you? I'm not gonna. I don't know what he's referring to, but anyway. All right. Okay. Anyway, Assassin. Sorry, chat.
Yeah.
I'm so distracted by chat. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? Game Awards.
You and that.
So I'm so sorry. My brain is completely not working at all. The Game Awards. What were we talking about?
DLC.
We were mad. DLC. Thank you. That's exactly what I was. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to. DLC. So, this is what I'm confused about. So they talked about having a category. They're like, hey, just so you know, we're gonna fuck the Game Awards up this year again. Thanks for the support. And then they didn't have a category. Just guys, keep me honest here, because I'm confused. I thought that they were gonna have a category for DLC in the Game Awards. That's how it was presented to me. That's how I read it. Like, in this year's Game Awards, we're gonna make a category for DLC, and then they just straight up said, nope, the DLC can be Game of the Year. Am I wrong?
They never announced the category, to my knowledge.
They should have.
They didn't announce that as a category. They were like, remakes, remasters, and DLCs and expansions can apply to any category.
Yes.
They knew they knew the backlash was gonna happen. That's why Jeff, when he was announcing the nominees, he was like, and the Game of the Year nominees are, which I have no part of. I'm like, motherfucker, yes you do. Yes you do. You wouldn't have said it otherwise. I don't believe. Get your fucking jury under fucking control. DLC does not apply for Game of the Year. DLC, it is a part of another game. In this case, a game from 2022. You cannot play Shadow of the Erdtree until you pay the $40 to $60 for Elden Ring and get to a certain level and get to a certain point. If you have to go through all that, and even From Software said it's an expansion, it is an expansion, not a game. Jeff.
I'm gonna lay some stuff down. Are you ready?
It's
Pick
Anchor
it up?
Man, not Anchor Lady. And that's exactly what popped into my head when he said it just now.
I'm gonna lay some stuff down. Get in. Come here. Bring it up.
Oh, I'm here. I'm coming.
So, come on. So, look closer. There you go. So,
there we go. Okay. Yeah.
So I got into this, and I'm gonna go off on a bit of a ramble here, but you might want to blow my face up on the stream. I have.
Let me try that.
I have thought about this. This is all I was thinking about this morning, because I'm someone who says no, DLC should not be in the. All right, that's bad the way that gets cut off.
Whoa!
Small me
What
again.
the hell? Okay.
Small me again, please.
It's about to happen.
So.
Oh wait, there we go. Oh fuck.
The question becomes, what constitutes a DLC and over like an expansion, a DLC versus a standalone game. And the first thing that, like Assassin, like you mentioned, the first thing that people are going to jump to is, well, you need to own Elden Ring in order to play Shadow of the Erdtree, therefore it's an expansion, right? But I don't know if I'm convinced by that argument. And the reason why is because
So should Shattered Space be nominated for Game of the Year, Damarco?
Listen. I'm not sure I'm convinced by that argument. And the reason why is because how do you distinguish what Shadow of the Erdtree does versus what something like Miles Morales Spider-Man does? And yes, the answer is, well, it's a standalone release. But as far as qualities of both of those products go, they're very similar, right? Shadow of the Erdtree, it's like a 30-hour expansion, has a new region, has new enemies, has new weapons, new armors, all that great stuff. So just because it's tied to a game that you have to buy, is that the only differentiating factor between it? And therefore it's not eligible. But something like Miles Morales would be. So if FromSoft turned around and they said, hey, we're going to release Shadow of the Erdtree and it's going to be a standalone thing. And yes, you can have, we've built in a system where you can create your own character and the game will scale. Like if you make a brand new character, the game will scale for Shadow of the Erdtree. And if you're playing and you own Elden Ring, then the game scales a little bit differently. So now it's effectively so now just because they made it a standalone release, now suddenly it can qualify for Game of the Year, right? So I'm not convinced that it being tied to another product or having to own another product is a strong enough argument. You can argue, well, it needs to be over a certain length, but now you're excluding all DLCs. What if Shattered Space came out Shattered Space comes out and they say, oh, you can play this as standalone. It's the same exact length. Everything about it is exactly the same, but it's standalone. You can make a character just for Shattered Space. You can explore Varun Kai and go through all of it and then play the whole thing experience as a standalone thing. Is that suddenly eligible for Game of the Year? And is that, if you do that, is it bad for us as gamers? Because then are developers going to try to milk that strategy? Because then they could suddenly get nominations for Game of the Year. So now things like Shattered Space, you could play that standalone. We'll have a standalone component to it. Any DLC that comes out for, I don't know, Elden Ring or a From Software game in the future, we make those as standalones, right? Every single thing comes out as standalones just because now they can have the potential to be nominated for Game of the Year.
Do you really think Game of the Year holds that much weight?
No, I don't think it holds that much weight, but I'm just saying that the sole argument that it needs to be tied to an experience, I don't think is on its own a strong argument.
Ironically, the Game of the Year title means more to people outside of our industry more than people inside. If you notice that the Game of the Years, or games that have won Game of the Year, have been noticed by some of the bigwigs in Hollywood.
Well,
God of War
what
for
it
one.
does, it helps them secure funding for future endeavors
And investment.
right? Mm-hmm.
It makes them appeal to other publishers.
Can you explain that, Holly, for people who don't know?
Yeah,
Me,
so
like me.
even just being acknowledged, right? Being a nominee, right? On a list of, like, let's just do TV, right? Cillian Murphy, who we all know, right, from Peaky Blinders, who is in
Red Eye.
The Bomb.
Batman
Bomb
Begins.
Well,
Crane.
Oppenheimer,
Later,
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
right?
Yep.
He's been around forever, and he's done a lot of these things, right? So, or even you could do Daniel Craig, right? He did all those, like, Lucky 7 or whatever it was before. But, like, once they hit something that is definitive, and then they're up for an Oscar, or they are recognized through what's considered, like, a valid award system, and the Game Awards is the gaming, most valid award system, then you gain some recognition, you gain some notoriety, your brand, your business is now worth more because people recognize it. They're more willing, like Kojima, you're more willing to just buy a game because it's made by Kojima than whatever the actual game's about, right? So as you start to build that clout and that, like, background and that support, then when you need money for your next endeavor, like a new game, because we know a lot of these studios, right, go off of backing or funding from publishers, from investors.
Look at Larian with Baldur's Gate. Like, after Baldur's Gate, whatever they're working on next, there's going to be interest from investors.
Yes, it's very easy for them to get the money moving forward. That's why we keep hearing about Remedy with just breaking even on Alan Wake, right? And even that little clip today with Sam Lake talking about, funding to move forward. So every time they get nominated for something like this, especially the more major categories, right? It shows to gamers, right? Well, they're doing something right. But then it also shows to investors, right, that you've got some recognition, you've got some clout, and you're a more sure bet for the next thing that you make. So it's easier for them to want to throw money at those types of places.
Even if you don't win Game of the Year, you get tons of eyes on you. Like for Deathloop and for Arcane, they managed to get the license to Blade because of the pedigree of their past games, but also because of their nominations at the Game Awards back in 2021. They were nominated, I think, for Best Game Direction. Keighley even introduced them as the winner for Best Game Direction in 2021 when they announced Blade last year at the Game Awards. Even if you don't win, your studio will begin to hold weight against investors, other publishers, other colleagues who may want to do collaborations. So yes, the Game of the Year nominees, they get a lot of eyes on them. Deservedly so.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
that just sort of
Yeah,
sort of solidifies it then too, right? I fully agree that yes, there should be like a DLC/remake category, or even like a DLC category, a remake category, a remaster category, right? Whatever it is. But if we're talking now about how this provides all the clout for these games, both inside and outside the industry. So you just need to have a really clear definition of what counts as a DLC versus, you know, a standalone game. Because again,
what counts as a DLC is if you have to require the base game, then it is a DLC.
No, that's fine. But if so, people are upset that Elden Ring or Shadow of the Erdtree is part of the Game of the Year nominations. So what if they just next week they just released it as a standalone thing? So now suddenly it's okay to be in the game in the Game of the Year discussion because now you could play it's same exact product, but now you can play it on its own. Is that all it takes? I'm not convinced by that. I don't think that's. What if again, I go back to Shattered Space? What if Shattered Space released on its own? So now suddenly that could be in the discussion because it's a standalone experience by that definition.
If you could play Shadow of the Erdtree without Elden Ring, then yes. Here's the thing.
Why is so then why can't Shadow? But so then that's what the problem is, right? So why can't Shadow of the Erdtree because it's tied
because
still
they
be part of the Game
advertised
of the
it
Year
as an
discussion? If
expansion.
the only differentiating factor is I have to own A and B. That's not that to me is not a fair, like, then you're not judging the game based on the merits of the game itself. Then you're judging the game based on the fact that there's a cost of entry to it. Right? And I don't know if that's a fair way to I don't know if that's a fair way to delineate it. And again, I am in the boat that I think it should be in a separate category. But the issue that I myself am having is how do you distinguish them with a set of rules that can apply? That works for, like, you can't exclude indie games. You have to make sure that smaller DLCs and larger DLCs get included, but then also are not qualified to be in the Game of the Year category. And I think it's a lot more of a nuanced discussion than most people are giving it credit for.
Because From Software themselves even said this is not a full game. It is a DLC expansion. The difference between this and Miles Morales, Insomniac and Sony advertise that as a standalone game. They've said it repeatedly during that marketing. This time, From Software and Bandai Namco did not advertise it as a standalone.
Yeah, no, because it's not, because you have to own the game, right? But again,
that's even said it themselves. That's why.
No, I completely get what you're saying, but again, it comes like it is an expansion and they had to say it's an expansion because you need to own Elden Ring. But it still presents the problem that if it's qualified to be part of the Game of the Year discussion, if it released the exact same way but suddenly is standalone, then why can't it be in the Game of the Year discussion if it's a DLC? That's the question. And the answer is not because they said it's a DLC.
Because it's not a game. It is a part to the game. This is why you don't bring philosophy into anything. It just brings everybody down a darker path.
Well,
it's not a darker path. I think it's a reasonable, important discussion.
But where's the cutoff then to your argument? Like, where's the cutoff to say this is a new game versus this is a standalone experience? Like,
so
if it's a standalone thing, then it should be part of the game. It should be Game of the Year considered. Period.
So,
when they say it.
Well, okay, so my example here's a question that I have, because Cyberpunk 2077 got an award for best ongoing game only after it got an expansion that blew everyone away. So instead of giving Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty Game of the Year as a DLC, they just gave it a total different award. And now they're like, DLCs are getting so big that they're like their own game, and it's like, no, dude.
Ongoing games should be for live service games.
It should be like No Man's Sky. Like No Man's Sky should have got on best ongoing game. That game has been going on for what? When did that come out? 2016? Almost 10 years? Free content all the time. The game is more than it ever promised that it would ever be.
Nominated for ongoing game this year.
No Man's Sky did?
Yes.
It's about fucking time. Sorry, go ahead, Holly.
Still upset that Siege is not up on that list, but oh well.
That's true. And that is the point, right? Like, why is it one thing one year and one thing the next? And I know that they're going to say, well, it's because it launched so badly and they've been sending all of these patches out. They revamped all these systems, every blah, 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 blah. No, that stuff is stuff that was supposed to be done and just should have been done no matter what. They're quality of life issues for the game that were supposed to be there at the beginning. It's not new content. It's just making the game in the state that it should be in. And then there's the DLC, right? So the argument of they patched it to make it better, to make it the game it should have been. That's not something you give an award for. That's something you say is about damn time that should have been done, right?
Yeah.
So why now this year is it a game of the year thing versus ongoing game? Which I agree, ongoing game was so stupid last year. I didn't understand that at all. But that's why they did that.
No one did.
Yeah, funny enough, I was actually watching our live show last year when we streamed the Game Awards, and when we got to the ongoing game, I remember mine and Holly's reaction. We were both like, "Why the f did it win?" And then Red was like, "Yeah, suck it." I'm like, bruh. It should not have been nominated for ongoing game at all.
I love Cyberpunk, and any award it gets, I'm happy for it. But it just wasn't the right way to do it.
They need
strange.
a best
It's like
DLC expansion category. They need a DLC expansion category. They need it.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like if you take video games as a whole and you look at, here's a video game launched that's a standalone, then you have whatever comes next for that game is a DLC. Whatever comes outside of that is a sequel to that game. If it's sorry, sorry. If it's a game of the same name, like Cyberpunk 2099 or whatever, it's not Cyberpunk 20. It's not DLC for Cyberpunk. It's a sequel. So we're not going to start doing like best sequel, because then Final Fantasy will just get it because it's had 1,000 games or whatever. But anyway, so
like Red. Imagine if they tried to nominate Iceborne from Monster Hunter Worlds as a Game of the Year nominee.
That is such a good point, dude. That is such a great example.
That was so stupid. And funny enough, I actually commented on Jeff's post. I showed it to you guys. I think it's up to 3,600 likes, by the way. So many people using CD Projekt Red and Blood and Wine as an excuse. I'm just like, it shouldn't have been nominated either.
Yeah.
Like, what don't you get? Yeah. DLC. If a studio or publisher says it is a DLC or expansion, it is not.
But what if those released? What if Blood and Wine released as a standalone experience? So now it can be in the category. It's the exact same product.
But that I guess like that would be like an expansion.
I don't understand why that's your argument.
Why? Because it's judging it on the quality of the game and the product itself, whether it's a DLC or a standalone experience.
Yeah.
What's getting judged is the quality of that experience. So whether it's standalone or a DLC, it's still the same experience. So you can just release all of these things as standalones, and then people would go, "Nah, put it in Game of the Year. Like, why isn't this one in Game of the Year?"
So that argument, not that it's yours specifically, but that's the argument for including the DLC in Game of the Year. That's what you're saying. That's the thing you struggle with not putting it in Game of the Year.
That's why I struggle with not putting it in, because I don't think that's a good enough argument to not include them.
I think DLC should be recognized because there are some very
deserves its own category.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Right. And then the problem is like, when you start to have new categories, well, it bumps up the time and all of the other things that go on with it. But you have to have enough contenders every year to actually have a lot of good options to choose from and still leave good ones on the floor, right? That you didn't pick. So I think there's probably enough DLC that comes out every year to make it hard to pick the top 5, but
they need 5.
Right, but they have to be good ones though, like not like the problem with having the idea of a remake remaster category as well is, despite Sony's best efforts, there aren't always enough remakes remasters every year to really make that a solid category that every year they're going to have all of these games to add into that to have to choose from. So and I don't think that remakes and remasters should be in the same category as a DLC, because DLC is new content, albeit, attached to a main game. But a singular experience of a DLC shouldn't have to go against an entire game, right? That's my argument. And that, Damarco, goes to your point about why DLC, versus standalone experience, whichever way it goes, shouldn't be in the Game of the Year category, because you're talking about a singular experience that isn't expanded, right, to an entire game. You're talking about a singular experience that was generated off of a main world, a main adventure, whatever.
Isn't
Instead of-
that exactly what Shadow of the Erdtree is?
But it's
But it's
but
tied
that
to
was
the
their
main-
choice, though. That's the difference.
Or
That's their
or
choice.
what about to use a
Make it
different
to-
example? To use a different example, what about Shivering Isles from Oblivion? It's a whole different
Okay.
world space. New world, new characters, new quests, new NPCs, tons of new items.
But that's
we-
also their choice, though. Is like if there's plenty of games that have like Far Cry. Let's just use Far Cry as an example. Far Cry 5, awesome freaking game. And then instead of making New Dawn DLC, it is a smaller standalone experience based in the same world as Far Cry 5 on characters that were in Far Cry 5, right? But it's a different game and it's smaller and it's set, and there's an Uncharted one just like that, right? The Chloe and I don't remember their names, but
Morales as well.
so yes, Miles Morales, right. So that's the game designer publisher's choice to either break it off and make it a thing on its own, or include it as part of the game. And FromSoft chose to make it part of the game. They didn't choose to break it off and make it its own thing. That's their choice, right? Like, so that's what
Can you
would
imagine-
delineate.
Can you imagine From Software's reaction when they saw this? They were like, "What? We didn't even make a game, and we got nominated for Game of the Year. Like, what the fuck? That our game came out 2 years ago, guys."
Palpatine says it's like Far Cry New Dawn. It's a continuation of Far Cry 5, but it's a whole new game.
They just woke up and was like,
I didn't even see that. Say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
they just woke up and they were like, "Wait, is it 2022 again?"
Yeah. My Chu,
Anyway,
what's up?
that's fine.
Matt Chu and King Styles, what's up, guys? I see you. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and just end this poll. I know it keeps changing, but I'm gonna end it.
Thank you, Palpatine. AC Mirage. It was technically supposed to be DLC for Valhalla, but Ubisoft made the choice to make it a standalone.
Yeah, so the
Quality
argument
can be debated.
So yeah,
on that
so the
one.
argument for me still remains, how do you define a new game versus not a new game? Like what is
When
what
they
is
say
the
it is
clear?
a new game.
What is the clear? But a developer, a developer can
Different
go,
scope.
all right, and I'll stand behind this argument. FromSoft could have easily said Erdtree is a new game. It's just like look at for example Batman Arkham City to Batman Arkham Origins, right? That's a new game, but it's built on all of the systems, the same exact engine. It's just like it's basically just an extension of Arkham City because has a new
Unfortunately, it's
area,
not
but it
developed
uses the
as a-
same area
as
of
a
the map,
team.
right? So but that's considered a new game. So I think, and I'm being intentionally, I will just say I'm being intentionally controversial, like combative. So, but
No reason. If you agree that it shouldn't be as a nominee.
no, it's just it's
Why
for the
are you
sake
even
of
arguing for it?
Assassin. This is how discussion happens. But it's
true.
but
It's true.
like you can look at Arkham Origins and say, well, that was built on the same engine. It uses 50% of the same world space because it takes place in where Arkham City did, even though they changed the map around. New side quests, new main story, and all that, like 1 or 2 new gadgets. But
What?
that's considered a new game. So like, how do you distinguish? Where is the point? Where is the line that says this is a new game and this is not a new game?
You don't
And
do
they're-
that. Jeff doesn't do that. The studio did that. Now,
When they say enjoy this spectacular standalone title, when they say it, is how you know.
Then what's
Regardless
stopping
of
from
quality,
what's
or
stopping every
regardless of-
studio from saying this is a standalone title to get in the Game of the Year category?
Because they know damn well if they release Blood and Wine, which is only 3 quests for $60, people will call it out. That's why they don't do
Blood
it.
and Wine was not 3 quests for $60, but I think
I-
Red would have a lot to say about that.
but
Blood and
you
Wine,
know,
yeah.
it's a. But what it does, right, is that as a reviewer, as one of the media people, right, who then go in to talk about what should be nominated, what shouldn't, they're gonna look at a standalone different than they do DLC, right? Because they're gonna say how did this invent and do better than its predecessor, right? Because if you're just copying over the same mechanics, adding a different story, same assets, everything, right? They're probably not going to give it as much of an accolade, right? Because it hasn't bettered in significant ways for it to now be deserving.
So Far Harbor, a lot of people credit Far Harbor for correcting a lot of the issues that people had with Fallout 4. So therefore,
But it's DLC. What's it matter? It's a DLC. It would have been in the DLC category. I don't understand.
Exactly.
But again, if it were released as a standalone product, because now they want to make sure that they have a chance to be eligible for Game of the Year. So now Fallout 4, it improves. It doesn't change the game mechanics, but it improves on the formula by.
It doesn't even work that way, because you needed to have a character that was a certain level and even be able to get to that side of the map and be able to go do the things on Far Harbor. That was so integrated into the game that's not a good experience. Or
Game Seeker is saying,
if you needed to play the entirety of Spider-Man, then they added Miles Morales as a DLC, the whole game, Miles Morales would then not be nominated. But since they broke it off and actually made it a standalone game where you don't have to play the first game to understand the plot, then yes, it should be nominated.
Let me just say this: the thing that I was trying to say a minute ago. I feel like it's as simple as, does it require? I'm sorry, I stopped petting you. I know. Oh my god. He got a haircut and he looks so fucking cute.
He gets distracted so easily.
He's got his head on me and he's like, Dad.
I meant you.
Me, yeah. If it's tied to a game, like a DLC or even like a massive DLC like a Shadow of the Erdtree or Blood and Wine, I'd say that it is simply just an expansion. If it's tied to the game, if it requires you to play the game, I don't think that it qualifies as something that should be Game of the Year. If it's something that doesn't require, like to your point, DeMarco, it's an Arkham Origins, it's an Arkham City or whatever, same mechanics, but it improves upon them and it iterates on them every single time. I think then that would be a Game of the Year because it's still standalone.
Okay, so if Blood and Wine, you go to play Blood and Wine.
Yeah.
And they said you can play as a level 1 Geralt. Like, you can go in and the game will scale. Or Shadow of the Erdtree. You can go in with a new character and the game will scale accordingly.
But do you
Whether
need
you
to
come
play
in with a new character or an existing one.
Agree to play it, though. And understand it.
I'm just saying, like, if it requires you... If it doesn't require the base game at all. If Shadow of the Erdtree was by itself... Dude, you don't even need to buy Elden Ring. You just pay $40 to play the expansion by itself. Very similar to how Far Cry New Dawn was the example that was given. Like, if it's its own game, do whatever. That's how you want to look at it. But that's still not like best ongoing game or whatever. That's just a fucking expansion. So again, we're just, I feel like the categories are all messed up and the naming convention of everything is just all over the place. And again, it changes every single year. If it's not tied to the base game, I don't think that it should be best ongoing or even be Game of the Year. It's just an expansion. That's
just an extra. Erdtree, we all know Elden Ring's story is you're either really into it or you don't know what the hell is going on the entire time you play it. But there is a story in it, and Erdtree is like the story is very much tied to the base game. So
don't you also get new multiple endings as well? I think they added like 2 or 3 more endings. And
maybe they might have added it.
Maybe, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Donnie, thank you so much, brother. He said he got gave a $2 super chat. He says, "Do standalone seasons of TV get Emmys?" So like spin-offs? Is that what he means? Like, I'm assuming he means like spin-offs, right?
Single get album of the year?
No, he means like The Office season 5 versus season 2.
Right.
Like,
or I'm thinking of
no,
like
but here's another question. Does a single song win album of the year? No.
Well, okay,
doesn't.
like does
Well, you could release a single as a single album, can't you?
I don't
Well,
think so.
God, well, that
It would
the
still be
music
called
industry,
a single.
It's still a
It would
single.
it's still a single. And
okay,
hey,
yeah.
do you nominate dessert for best meal? No, you don't.
Well, and I would say, like, how about something like Breaking Bad? The whole TV series came out. Whole series came out, and then the Subaru. What the hell was the name of the car? What the hell? The Iago. What the hell was the? There was a movie that came out that takes place after the show, and it got a bunch of
El
awards.
Camino.
El Camino, that's what it was. I knew it was the name of a car. Like, does that count? Because you still need to watch the show to understand what the hell is going on. You can't just watch that movie and be like, what a great movie. I have no idea what's going on. You know what I mean? And that's
Like,
to
Red,
my
you
point,
know one of my favorite games this year, right? Persona 3. If they had nominated Episode Igus as a game of the year, I would still be against it, because you still need the base game and understand the base game to understand the DLC. That's when you put it into context with any other game that has DLC, it goes straight out the window. Because you need the base game, you need to understand the base game as well. Once that equation comes in, the argument completely falls apart. It should not be a game of the year.
Okay, for the record,
should not have been
Damarco agrees
nominated.
with us. So
I just want to argue.
he's in it. He
Apparently-
generally agrees with us, but
I
I
I
feel
mean,
like we
when you
get this
argue the
board pretty
point
good.
this badly, I immediately question that.
No, it's not. You just. It's not a. It's you. Look, you. Assassin, you and I.
Love each
are
other
like
very
oil,
much.
He
oil and
intentionally
water here.
likes to be at odds with me every fucking time.
No, that's not true.
It's like he
that's
does
not
this
true
for
at all.
showbiz.
No, that's not true at all. But
Like if you want us to have a fight on the podcast or even a friendly debate, at least give me a heads up so I can come prepared.
Listen, you said so many words I can make a innuendo. Thank you, El Camino. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate you. No, yeah, a debate is nothing without a little heat, right? Am I right, chat? Speaking of heat,
Yeah, it's like this. Let's debate why Starfield Shattered Space thankfully wasn't nominated.
Nah,
for
that's
anything.
Yes,
fine.
Poppy
Machu, appreciate you so
Yes,
much for the
Poppy
$6 euro, and he says nothing. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Really, really appreciate the support. Every time you donate, the turkey gets bigger, because that's the thing.
Demarco, you didn't answer my question though.
I'm sorry.
well, I didn't hear your question.
No, I asked it at the very beginning, but could you imagine if they nominated Shattered Space for Game of the Year? We would not hear the end of it from Red.
I would be like, what the
Then
fuck?
he would be defending it.
I think
would be like, what the fuck?
the actual final thing I'll say on it is I think that if you're judging a game, whether it's an expansion or not, based on the fact like, well, I need to own this in order to play it, then you're no longer judging the product. Like, you are judging the fact that it is tied to something else. So and so therefore, if that's the only, like, if that is the only criteria that says this can't be Game of the Year nominee, I don't know if that's, personally, I'm not 100% convinced that that's a strong enough argument. Because the game, it's still in and of itself is the same thing, whether it's on its own or if you play it as part of a base game. It's the same exact experience. So
Okay, let's.
that's
philosophy.
really
You
where
think-
I sort of like question it.
All right.
And
So in your defense, so let's play devil's advocate here. You said that
I'm good at that.
that what we said is not a good enough argument, but since you also agree with us that it shouldn't be nominated. In your opinion, what is a good argument as to
for
why
it to
it
be
should
nominated,
be nominated?
that's the problem. That's exactly the problem. Is I can't think of a rule that I'm even happy with that
Well,
says
try.
this is. I was literally thinking about this all morning. Like something that says, it's sort of that says this is the one rule that encompasses all categories, whether it's indie, AAA, AA, that says these are the games that qualify, and this is the rule that separates clearly DLC from.
So should No Man's Sky be nominated for Game of the Year?
No Man's Sky should be nominated for Game of the Year? What?
So should No Man's Sky be nominated for Game of the Year? Because Red himself has said it's a great game.
Ongoing game. Best ongoing
It's on.
game.
Okay, so what constitutes it between Game of the Year and ongoing?
Because it didn't come out this year.
Because it didn't release this year.
So
Okay.
that's what we're talking.
There is
okay.
always a reason to distinguish something from one category to another.
That's exactly the point. We're saying that like I'm not speaking for anyone else. What I was saying earlier is that there needs to be a much more obvious like category for each one of these. Giving Elden Ring Erdtree a DLC expansion, Game of the Year. It's not standalone. It requires the base game. Means that they have their categories all over the place. And it's so stupid because to me it's like it's almost like Jeff Keighley claims to be a gamer, a PlayStation lover at heart. That's totally fine. Love whatever you want to love. Love PC, love Xbox, love Switch. It's totally
I did
fine.
better though.
But hide it. Yeah, hide it better. Yeah.
I mean, Special Nick says it all the time. You can love whatever platform you want, but when you're in charge of a show like this, you can't let your bias show. You can't let it show.
Yeah, that's a good
Anyway,
point.
continue, Red.
Well, I was just gonna say, if I can remember, I was just gonna say that it seems like there's so clearly so much money involved in this, with all the marketing, millions and millions of dollars that you can just smell the executive stank all over it. Like, let's just make a category, and then people are like, well, there's so much money involved. They clearly don't understand gaming. They understand money, so let's just appease them however we can, with whatever marketing deals that we have. And well, never mind.
There were 6 other games off the top of my head that deserve Game of the Year nomination more than Shadow of the Erdtree, in my opinion.
Yeah. Dude, guys, remember
Dragon's
when
Dogma
Dragon's
2,
Dogma?
Silent Hill 2,
Dude,
Space
when
Marine
Dragon's
2.
Dogma came out, Dragon's Dogma 2 came out, that's all that my feed was. That's all that YouTube was. It's all that everyone was playing. Like, I remember even me and Holly and Colt and Dante and so many people were in it. Everyone was just all about Dragon's Dogma. That's all that it was. And then here we are. We're 7 months separated, or whatever the difference is, and recency bias.
And I would argue, even like, I know it's coming from me, so it's not very valid, and it's fine. But
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty had the best. It had the best campaign it's had.
Yes.
Original campaign in years.
Yep.
You can't even say Modern Warfare 19 because that is a remake of an older game. It is.
It's not a remake,
best...
actually. It's a reimagining.
It's
okay,
a reimagining.
sure.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's the best that we've had in years. Yeah.
And
Fair enough. Yeah.
They spent 4 years working on it. It's super comprehensive. Look at all of the content that came with the game, and it's fleshed out and it's well done. There's a good roadmap, and like, I'm just saying, it's Call of Duty, right? So we write it off, and that's fine. They're fine. They're making plenty of money without getting a game award. They don't need a game award, right, for the longevity of their studio. But just saying that they get looked
Didn't they
over
get nominated for
because
Best Narrative?
they're Call of Duty. I don't know about that. I thought I heard
No,
they got
no, they
nominated
didn't.
for Best Audio, and I laughed so
because
hard.
Because you have to pay for it.
Audio
Because you have to
in
pay
that
for it?
game is so trash. I can't hear anybody's footsteps ever.
And
Ever.
because you didn't
Ever.
pay. You didn't pay for the audio
You didn't pay for it,
enhancement.
Holly. You didn't pay for it. That's
But it has
Holly.
the best audio. If you pay for the enhancement.
It-
That should be in Game of the Year nomination. We just
I have
solved it.
not-
I should put that in the Game of the Year because it's an expansion and a DLC. Put the audio update.
I have not
God.
heard a single footstep in that game since Modern Warfare 3. Like,
The
I
nominees for
don't know
best
what's going on
update.
with that.
I
But
believe you.
Also-
that's my rant about, just like, I'm not saying. I love that the Balatro is like a single person or a couple people studio, and they made it to the Game of the Year contention. I have Balatro. I've played it. I don't get it, but that's okay, right? Like, that it's not my jam, but I love that an indie made it, although I wish more indies could make it up to that category, right? But anyway,
Lucky
that's
Squire.
my rants about Call of Duty. Should have at least been considered a little bit more, I think, because it's probably never, like, if any year would they even had a chance, it was this year, and it's right. So
Holly, it was never going to get nominated. It's owned by Xbox. It was never going to get nominated for anything. Anyway, Funny thing, someone pointed it out to me on Blue Sky. I'm on there now, so follow me there too.
Hey, all right.
Isn't
I'll
it
have to
funny
update
that this year was Year of the Dragon and none of the Dragon games got nominated?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighting Zero, Dragon
hey,
Age
can
the
we talk about this
Veilguard,
real quick?
Like a Dragon, Infinite.
Okay.
Well, hold on, Dragon's Dogma 2. Like 4 great games that were Game of the Year worthy. That had the name Dragon in it. Didn't get nominated. I did not include Dragon Age the Veilguard because of obvious reasons. That game's just too controversial.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Seems like yet again, Hogwarts Legacy got nothing. One of the best-selling, if the best-selling game that year, nothing, because they want to avoid controversy.
30 million.
Yeah.
30 million copies.
And then
It
they're like,
actually
nothing.
wasn't
Nothing.
No, Dragon Age got nominated for innovation and accessibility.
I only have it because
What the? Are you serious? Innovation.
It got
and
nominated.
What does that
Yes,
mean?
they
What
didn't.
does that mean?
So let me.
What other game? What other
basically
games are in that
helping-
category?
Helldivers 2, I think, was on there. COD was on there. I think BO6 was on there. So,
So there's Omni movement.
Yeah,
system, is
not-
that what
not-
we're talking about.
No.
yeah,
no.
not exactly.
Accessibility.
Options.
Here,
People who
I have
have-
it. I have it right here. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws.
I heard that Helldivers 2 had tons. Like
It has a
lots
lot
and
of
lots.
accessibility features because it does all the colors and the sizes and the audio and the contrasts
It's
and all
for
that.
people who have visual impairments,
Impairment.
hearing impairments.
Okay, I apologize
physical
for
Yeah,
freaking
Brandon,
out.
I know
Okay.
this is not what you want to hear, but the fact that BioWare and EA were saying that Dragon Age is a return to form for BioWare and they only got nominated for one award, that being accessibility, not a good look, man. Not a good look.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Trust
it-
me, I know. It's a
Now
whole
a lot of
thing.
people are concerned from Mass Effect 5. So my question is, what's different between BioWare and Bethesda?
I wouldn't worry about Mass Effect. But I'd be optimistically.
You could watch my video and maybe it'll make you a little more optimistic.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Wait, you make videos still?
I do. I maybe will
Oh,
do
thank
another
God.
one. It's
Oh, please
possible
do.
that I maybe somehow will put more videos on the thing.
Please do a Stalker video.
Crazy is
Please
if
do
he
a-
kept making
I
videos,
play
maybe he would have
soccer
been
too.
invited to play indie.
Well, anyway, that video did really well. I'm really happy for you.
Speaking of
man.
which, yeah, that indie video was pretty good from what I saw.
Yeah. And I loved it. Listen, I loved your Mass Effect video so much that we just did a whole show about it because I was like, I'm just gonna waste my time doing a Mass Effect video. Anyway, Matthew
Yeah,
says,
we've
"I
been
love
on this
Bethesda."
topic for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's pretty much the whole show. Well, we'll see you guys next time. What the hell is the show called again? Oh yeah, so FromSoft. Speaking of which, speaking of Elden Ring, FromSoft is in talks to be bought by Sony. Whenever they were asked to comment on it, they said, "Nah, that's Sony or what's his name, Assassin."
Arakawa.
Miyazaki.
God, everyone in this fucking podcast hates
Yeah.
Japanese games.
I just-
It's no,
Can I get on a
it's not
podcast
from
with people who
Soft.
love Japan?
Assassin,
They're
are
not.
you
Hi-
okay?
They're not buying. They're not buying from Soft. They're buying the parent company. From
the
Soft
The
is
parent
owned
company,
by a parent
Katakawa.
which is called.
Assassin, are you doing
Katakawa.
all right?
Oh, I need to redo the entire podcast.
Did you screw it up again because you tried to make my head bigger?
No. So I'm sorry. Umber wants to know why is the head so big? The he says you jive turkey sucker.
Umber, please, no,
sucker
don't ask.
fool. Oh my god, that reminds me of the Warriors. You guys remember the Warriors from? It was a Rockstar game. Wasn't made by Rockstar. It was made by a smaller team. But anyway, God, I love that game so much. I love that movie so much. Anyway, yeah. So whenever if you send in a super chat, the turkey gets bigger. It's great.
I just
so-
saw it in chat. Why is Assassin a turkey? Don't
Yeah, exactly.
don't ask.
A
Just
jive
don't
turkey
ask.
sucker fool. Holly, make sure. All right, please explain this to me. That way, I can change the title of the episode.
You want me to explain it or Holly?
Yeah. So the parent company is getting bought, not from software. The parent company is
They're in
Katakawa.
talks. It's not a done deal yet.
Yeah,
It's not a done deal.
Right.
And hopefully it doesn't get through.
Right. Right, right.
So FromSoft.
So-
has it,
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they
Yep.
technically do. I mean, Microsoft couldn't buy Bethesda without the agreements with all the heads of all their studios.
The
Like
problem
if
though
Todd
is
or
that
Ginga had said no, then they wouldn't have bought them.
the real problem with it is the they own a lot, and it become especially in the anime space, I believe.
Anime
And
and light
Assassin.
novel.
Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong. So it may actually be like a monopoly in those specific genres.
Yeah, for
At
people
least
who are
what
not in the
US
anime community, they own Crunchyroll, they own Funimation, they own Aniplex. These are some of the biggest anime studios in the world. Most are based in Japan, as they are. So getting Katakawa, which also has premier studios under their belt, anime, light novel, and video game studios, just the anime and light novel ones alone is enough to consider them a monopoly. And Japanese regulators are extremely strict when it comes to acquiring each other within the home country, in Japan.
That was actually going to be
So
my
even-
question.
So yeah, Japanese regulators do not like Japanese companies buying each other out. They are vehemently against that for a variety of reasons. Because ironically, I didn't know this. A lot of Japanese companies have stake in each other, and so forth.
They have
So-
stake in each other. I love that.
So
Which
a
I
lot of
disagree
people,
with.
a lot of people think that Katakawa just owns From Software. They don't. They own Acquire, which did Umbra, and I would know Octopath Traveler. They also did. They work with Spike Chunsoft. Anyone who's familiar with their games knows that.
Yeah.
So them acquiring From Software, I don't see Miyazaki agreeing to this. I just don't. They sold 20 to 25 million copies of Elden Ring on all platforms. For Sony to come in and make them exclusive again, I don't think that they'll want to do that. Although I will say this, you gotta admire Sony's credit though. They're gonna go through a lot of trouble and money just for a Bloodborne remaster. I mean, other than that,
Just bring it to PC. That's all the remaster you need.
I could honestly see Miyazaki saying yes to this, only if Sony keeps putting their games on PC and Xbox. Which Sony's not going to do the latter. So Miyazaki, in my opinion, is not going to say yes. It would be pretty funny, though, if Sony did buy Katakawa and got all these studios, and then like a month or two later From Software announces they're going independent. That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
It
I
would be-
think
It's not
with
going to
this-
happen, but it'd be funny.
Yeah, with this sort of thing, I always sort of come back to it really is and you touched on it with the monopolization, but the consolidation of everything is really scary. Like the short-term benefits, even with the Microsoft acquisition, the short-term benefits are exciting. And we saw with Microsoft how it allowed them to sort of, Bethesda was going down a dark path with the live service titles and I mean, you look at Redfall and the release of that game, and you look at Wolfenstein Youngblood and how that did, and so but the idea that they could get out of that was something that a lot of people were excited for, and then they had tons of layoffs across Bethesda and the closure of Tango. So not saying
they
that,
got picked up by Crafton.
yeah, they did get picked up, but obviously that was just sort of a I that was never a guarantee, right? So
Yeah.
not saying that would happen with FromSoft or any of those other studios or any of the other companies underneath that parent company, but that is the reality. When this stuff happens, layoffs follow shortly after, and then of course, even to look at Bethesda, a lot of people left, right? A lot of people decided they didn't want to be part of that larger organization, and now you're sort of still questioning. That's why people are having the arguments for Elder Scrolls 6. Hey, is Bethesda going to be able to do it? Because you've lost Will Shen, you've lost Jeff Gardner, you've lost... I know he was on Fallout 76, but, you've lost...
They lost a ton of amazing people that worked on the previous games that Bethesda is known for.
Yep. So would if a buyout does happen, that's also some of the consequences you have to look for. So I'm not sure what the general disposition is for this sort of thing. Like if people are excited about that, I haven't seen the discussions online. Knowing the internet, it's going to be negative and horrible, and everybody hates everything, and nobody's agreeing. But I'm hoping that people aren't actively celebrating it personally.
The only ones celebrating a move like this are the PlayStation fanboys who want Sony to acquire Katakawa or From Software specifically just to get a win. And in my opinion, even the most diehard PlayStation fans, not fanboys, there are some who still have values. Even they don't want Sony to acquire From Software. They don't. And
well, I think people
honestly,
are wary about it now after the... Sorry.
Again, Miyazaki, do you think that him and his team are going to say, yes, let's make our games exclusive after we just released a game that sold 30 million copies? Do we really think that he's going to say yes to that? And if he has no choice, and they do go through with it, I give it 6 months. He's leaving From Software. He's going to make his own studio. After that, I question From Software's ability to make great games. Miyazaki is the brainchild and the reason why that studio is on everyone's radar. And why so many people don't want them to be bought. But who knows? I mean, they said that Sony was going to acquire Bethesda, and then a few months later, Microsoft did it. So be careful what you wish for, people. Careful what you wish for.
They'll rename it
some... Although it would be really funny if Nintendo acquired them, just for the fuck of it. Nintendo, just do it. Just for the memes. Beg you. Put Elden Ring on the Switch. Just make sure it releases everywhere.
Honestly, that'd be awesome.
It would. It really would. Like Elden Ring on the go on the Super Switch.
I'd like
that would be great.
On the Switch. That'd be cool.
I would like that too. I would buy that day one with.
You know what, Nintendo, buy FromSoft.
Go ahead and do that. Yeah, they've been assholes
Nintendo
lately
wouldn't
anyway,
be stupid enough to keep it exclusive, unlike Sony. God damn it. Who knows? Whenever we have our podcast, for the people that don't know, whenever we have our podcast, for some reason, the next day or the day after that, big news happens related to what we talk about. So who knows?
Well, you know what the big news is tomorrow? Stalker 2.
Stalker 2.
Yeah, baby.
Stalker 2.
11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
That's
yeah, Red,
right.
I have a question about that.
Please. Oh, please ask me about Stalker 2.
Isn't it kind of fishy that the reviews come out 2 hours before the game launches? I'm gonna buy it and play it regardless, but isn't that kind of fishy?
No.
Or is it because there's too many games coming out?
Buy Azura!
Thank you. Thank you so much, Game Seeker Bro. You're so nice, man. He drops a Canadian 10. He says maybe a Nintendo Switch 2 reveal at the Game Awards. Again,
No.
that'd be the place to do it because all the money Nintendo's going to pay them for all the advertising. I don't know.
Red, when have they ever advertised anything Nintendo at the Game Awards? And they've never revealed a game there at all. They reveal content for Smash.
I was going to say,
and a few ads.
I know they've not, like Zelda and stuff like that has been at the Game Awards, but not like
Has it?
hardware. Didn't the Breath of the Tears of the Wild of the Queen of the Princess come out and that got Game of the Year 1 year or whatever?
I mean, it did. I'm talking about like an actual Nintendo first party reveal at the Game Awards. That's never happened. And it never will happen.
I guess
Because
not.
Nintendo does not need Keighley.
Well,
unlike
he's
Sony.
He's just talking about hardware. I guess hardware would be odd at a Game Awards, wouldn't it? Has there ever been hardware at a Game Awards?
The Series X
Series
was at
X.
the Game Awards.
The Series X.
Oh, was that the
But
ED?
Nintendo,
Yeah,
but Nintendo does their own
Microsoft-
thing. They wouldn't do that.
But Microsoft needed people's attention for the Xbox Series X. Sony and Nintendo do not.
Was that
They
when
already
did
have people in.
The Series X? It eats monsters for breakfast. It eats pieces of shit like you for breakfast. That's what they said. In their marketing
No, they
material.
announced the Series
Well,
X,
no,
and
but
then they announced Hellblade 2 after that.
Okay. Okay.
They're gonna have a reveal of anything at the event, and then they're just gonna pull up all the stuff, and they're gonna be like, "This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox.
This is an Xbox.
This is
Xbox,
an
if
Xbox.
PlayStation shows up, I'm just done. Just like, okay.
Was that your only question about Stalker 2? Because it's
I mean, yes. I mean, it's regardless. I'm still gonna play it
Oh.
regardless, but it seems kind of fishy though to do that.
By
They released 2 hours
Azura, by
beforehand. They've
Azura,
been
by
playing it for
Azura, by
2 weeks,
Azura, by
guys.
Azura,
Or actually, I think even
by
longer.
Azura, by Azura, by Azura.
I have to do
Actually, I
that 20
think they've been
times.
playing it longer.
Thank you. Good lord.
No more
Oh my
super chats, people. No, the head's gonna grow. No. No.
Yep. It grew. Well,
Lotus, why?
and I forgot to make it
Why would
grow
you do
because I forgot to make it grow because Game Seeker dropped to 10, so I had to double do it for.
Woohoo!
There we go.
Why would
Right
you?
here I am. There we go. Thank you so much. Lotus Esprit has dropped 20 gifted memberships to Andrew Cullinane, Spartan661, Talos Ray, Crippling Debt, Brad Ward, Fight, Ghostface, Verdant, Babel, Rouge, Luge, Eamon Burns, Scrim Reaper, Lumi It's. I was like, is that a slur? Phase. Is that Phase 24 Blur? I don't know. Starfield Guy. Ooh, I know where you came from. Phil McCracken, Richard Mahoney. Mahoney. Sorry. One Punch Jedi, Rick L. Elizabeth. None of those people are here. But if you are here, listen, there's a bunch of people right now listening, not in the chat, saying hello.
By Azura, by Azura, by Azura.
And that's totally fine if you don't want to say anything,
No.
but I just want to say I appreciate you guys who are lurking and just listening, not chatting. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, this is a new podcast. Not a new podcast. This is a podcast that goes live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So look forward to it. And you can become a channel member, just like all those other people just became channel member if you want to support the channel. And we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Lotus, for that was crazy. 20 damn members. You're crazy. You're crazy, and we love you. Thank you so much. And then Fark you says, make it bigger. Let's go. All right. A $2 super chat. There you go. It's bigger.
Why would you?
There you go. The bigger it gets, the bigger. Seriously, thank you all so much for the support. It means the world. It's so nice of you guys. OG Frost says listening while playing Overwatch 2. There you go. Thank you for chatting, OG Frost. See what I'm saying? Just become part of the community. I know it's weird, especially if you're not used to interacting with live podcasts and in chats and blah, blah, blah. You're like, this is weird, man. I'm just on YouTube to hear the news. That's totally fine. It's totally fine. But this
Red,
place
why do you
is
gotta
a
make
safe
your
space.
chat?
Huh?
Why do you gotta make your chat and your audience sound like they're incapable of saying anything to each other?
Well, I mean, people are different. Some people just don't really have any concept of what a podcast. You know, some people, like, for example, whenever people think of podcasts, they just think Joe Rogan. And that's it, you know. Video game podcast. We're in such a tight, weird little community with so many other podcasts that it's normal for us, but for other people, it might just be different. So I always like to just say, hey, we see you and we appreciate you. So yeah.
You know how many years I watched RDX and would watch the chat and like
Never Yeah.
ever say anything because I was just like, nobody's gonna talk to me. Like, why would I chat? Nobody's gonna talk to me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was Cult Show for years. Didn't say anything. I was like, those people are separate. Those people who chat, I like to hear what they have to say. And it's like, wait, I could be one of them? Yes, you can. You can chat. You don't have to be a member or give money or anything to be seen and heard. You know, we want the chat to be blown up. But thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Yeah, Stalker 2 comes out tomorrow, and it keeps on getting bigger and bigger. It's 150 gigs. It's like almost 100 and I think it's 150 gigs on everywhere, right? You can't preload it on PC thanks to DRM, no DRM. So that means that PC players who would like to hack things can just hack it, crack it, and be playing early and even, you know, do a bunch of pirate stuff. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, Damarco, you can't do that. But
You are a pirate, DeMarco.
keep going.
No, that's it.
Oh,
That's the meme.
I liked it.
You forgot
I
the
liked
your hard diddly dee. Do what you want because a pirate is free. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a...
By Azura, by Azura, by Azura!
Oh, whenever I see it on Reddit, I just see the last part. God damn it, Yodani.
Thank you, Yodani, so much for the $2 super chat. Assassin indignant about being outed as a jive turkey. Jive turkey. Oh my god.
You can stop this assassin by coming on camera.
You
Y'all are
can.
taking...
You can. Oh shit. There goes
By Azura, by Azura, by Azura!
Arch you really living up to his name.
You can prevent this. The
Yeah,
power is in your hands, assassin.
It is.
The difference
is.
between me and you, Damarco, is your society accepts your look. They don't accept mine.
I accept yours,
they
and I'm
put us
part
on
of society. Ergo,
If they put us on a stage, everyone would go to you, good sir.
I accept you, and I am part of society. Ergo, society accepts you. By logic.
There you go. There you go. And you speak for everyone in society, which is
Why you gotta?
which is
Why you
fair.
gotta? What?
DeMarco
Why do you
speaks
gotta-
for me.
I am
Marcus
part.
got my
I am
vote.
part. Look, I am part of society, right? So if I accept you, therefore society accepts you, because
Yeah,
I am
you
a
speak for
part of
Red
it.
and Holly and yourself, but you don't speak for Chat. Chat, please help me.
No, but I am.
Oh,
We
you're
are
not
all.
gonna
We
get
are
help
all.
from this chat.
No, not this chat. Not today.
Yes, I am.
baby.
We are.
I don't
all
care
part
who
of
it is. I just need
society.
someone to agree with me
Society.
here.
No, sorry.
Umbra, give me a pass here, bro. I know you're here.
Umbra's asleep.
Umbra, agree with
Shut
us.
up.
Actually, he probably is
Oh.
awake. I think he just got up, right? Anyway, yeah. There you go. Look, look at that. Slowlark says, "Chat accepts you." Hugs. Yudani says, "That blue
Chat-
number."
Newcastle
we
says
are
I don't
OGs."
accept you.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't for you. You don't get hugs. Sorry, I'm confused. Game adaptation says, "I don't accept you."
And then JK.
Thank you,
love
Lotus. Lotus,
JK,
thank
love
you.
you.
Thank you.
They didn't
you
agree
go.
with you. They just say they understand. That's
I
different.
don't care. That's enough for
Yeah.
me.
It's like someone saying, like, "Listen, I love my job here, but I gotta quit." And it's like, obviously, I don't want you to quit because I need an employee. But they go, "I understand." It's like I don't know if they really understand.
Yo, Vic, what? Do you got some beef with the Drew?
By Azura, by Azura, by
What does
Azura!
that mean? No, don't retract it.
Last super
What
chat,
do you
he says,
mean?
I promise.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Yep, it's taken over.
Ugh.
Gosh, you remember last time
Okay.
the pumpkin? Oh my god!
It was the whole
the
screen.
whole entire screen. I remember
Yeah,
Brad Ward
I
fight.
saw on Twitter, Brad. Yeah.
Yeah.
He tweeted, he's like, this is what
This
my
is
screen
whole
is.
screen. Yeah. Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny.
Oh my god.
It was great.
God
and,
damn it.
Guys, I do want to say thank y'all.
Okay.
I know I always say thank y'all so much for being here. I really do mean it. It really does mean a lot. And for any, like, again, any new subscribers here that just are listening saying, what the hell is this? I do appreciate you being here as well. And I actually, always try to respond to super chats, to comments and stuff. And I'm really
okay,
grateful
now
for all the support. Yeah, please.
I understand what Vic is saying. Read what Vic said.
You don't look worse than Dreamcast guy. Listen, we're going
Okay,
to
he's
talk
right about that.
the Game Awards.
And I can cook a steak, actually.
A steak.
I can actually cook a steak. You don't know about that?
Dude, I made a steak the other night. Okay, listen, I took a ton of herbs, red wine vinegar, a little bit of oil, and garlic powder and stuff like that with sea salt. Rub that steak down, marinate it for 24 hours. Red wine vinegar vinegar in general adds a depth of flavor that is just, oh my god,
Tart.
it's incredible. What did you
Yo,
say?
Donnie, no one's gonna listen to this on audio. We're not on Spotify yet. Right, Red?
We're not on audio. That's right. Yeah, because I'm a lazy piece of shit. No, I've been so busy with. I've been so busy.
Just
Matter
get
of
Colt
fact,
to help you.
as soon as the podcast ends, oh my god.
By Azura, by Azura, by Azura!
Bomb, no!
Oh my
No!
god. Heavy bomb. She just made it. Thank you so much for doing that. There you go.
Son
Turkey
of a
is
bitch.
now taking over the whole screen. Thank you so much, Happy Bomb. They dropped a $20 super chat
No.
for
By Azura,
Uh,
by
oh,
Azura,
God,
by
damn it.
Azura!
Oh my
God damn it, no.
Yeah.
I know you can't see us, but we're laughing
Bayazuna,
behind me
Bayazuna,
eyelashes.
Bayazuna.
Yep. You are. There
Oh,
we go.
man.
Vic. Oh god. Yeah, that's gotta count to remember. Oh look, Damarco. We're in
Okay.
You're in the
Look,
eye.
we're the eyes. Look at that. So we can hang out right here.
My stream's not up to date. Oh, there we go. Okay, wait.
There we
I
go.
gotta-
There we go.
Hey, Brad,
go.
if you're here,
Just
why
hang
don't you
out
take
right
another picture?
There we go. Happy Bomb says, I'm late. I was in a meeting. I love the turkey. Exactly. Thank you. They get it. They get it. Thank you so much, Happy Bomb. So nice of you. So generous. BT Maverick, $5 super chat.
Bayazuna, Bayazuna, Bayazuna.
Okay.
Sorry, I gotta scroll back up. Oh God, BT Maverick. I'm assuming that this was, this is what Assassin Jive Turkey Face looks like whenever we're talking about how great / successful, how great / successful is whether he
Y'all
liked
are
it or
not gonna
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
until I get on camera, or are you?
Yeah. Nope. It's
Nope.
never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. And thank you so much for AEC Vic for the 1 month member chat. Appreciate you, brother. He saw my F.
Bayazuna, Bayazuna, Bayazuna,
Oh, there goes the whole
Bayazuna,
fuck-
Bayazuna,
screen. Thanks,
Bayazuna, 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 Bayazuna.
It's just the
This
beak
is-
now. We are. Look at me. I
Yeah.
am the beak now.
I am the beak now.
Sweet Christmas. What the
I can't
is
get any
happening
bigger than
now?
this. Oh, clip that out. Oh God. All right, let
Oh,
me-
I'm not gonna clip that out.
Oh look, the bigger that we get, the better our faces can be. So eventually, we'll just be part of the. Oh my God, Lotus, you're crazy. That is so fucking nice of you. Sorry, real quick.
Bayazuna, Bayazuna, Bayazuna.
You might want to give Colt a refund on that, because that's not gonna happen.
Every single time. I'm like, so anyway, you guys are insane. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. How do I make this bigger?
Damn it.
All right, I gotta scoot this over, and then I gotta do this. I gotta go.
You could make us all turkeys. Just copy it and make us all turkeys. They
There we go.
multiply.
Turn us all into a bunch of cocks. Wait.
There
Oh
we
my God.
go.
Oh.
Okay, this is better. This is
Not
better.
creepy at all.
Yeah, bunch of cocks on stream.
It looks like you edited Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's to make her even more terrible looking.
Oh my God. Oh my God. BT Maverick says, "What's the new Starfield DLC about?" So Starfield just dropped. See me? See me? Starfield just
Full
dropped
stop.
achievement friendly mods. So any paid mods now have anyone who's a verified creator now has the ability to mark their mods that they created as achievement friendly to be approved by Bethesda. And so this is the majority of mods that I've seen are paid mods. So that means if you're paying for a mod, you will have them achievement friendly. If you still feel like, having that vibe of playing the vanilla game, which is huge. So I'm going to make a video on that. It's already recorded along with the Stalker video that I'm putting out. It's already recorded. It's ready to go. So that's what that is.
Wow.
Lotus dropped $100
Wait.
fucking super chat. Thank you so much, Lotus. It's crazy, dude. Thank you so much. And Cold Eastwood for Assassin's Camera Fund. $5. Thank you, dude. You had to do that. Stop it.
Give Colt a refund, because that's not what this is going to.
It is. Yeah, I had to pull the turkey over. The turkey is just having a great time. The turkey
No,
is,
just give it to DeMarco's therapy sessions, okay? Jesus Christ.
the turkey is like, I'm like
Dancing
accidentally hypnotize the entire chat. Like, I love I love turkey. All right.
Okay, I'm so clipping that out.
Assassin, you need to sing the Adam Sandler Turkey
Bayazuna,
Day song.
Bayazuna, Bayazuna.
The what?
The Adam Sandler Turkey Day song. I love Thanksgiving. Turkey for you, turkey for me.
Don't know what that is.
It's so good.
Oh, there we go. I was trying to get Holly in there, but I can't. The turkey is just the turkey
It's
does what
okay.
it does. It is what it is and does
The
what it
turkey
does.
is way better than looking at me. Put the turkey in there.
Don't. That's totally untrue.
The turkey is amazing.
It is. It is.
Oh.
Let's see. Yadani says, "Thank you so much, Yadani. $5 super chat, man. Thank you, bro." He says, "Assassin want to be that scrotum-looking thing that hangs from beak. Calls himself Games Cobbler." Oh my God, I love that. Games Gobbler. Sorry, I love that.
So
Red,
I showed
Go check
it.
your tweets.
My
It's from
tweets?
FarQ. Go check your messages. It's
Don't
from
tell me
FarQ.
he actually.
Oh,
Did he actually?
what did he do?
Oh.
People are tuning in, being like, "What in the actual f is
Yeah.
this show?" I came here
okay.
for Stalker.
I came here for Stalker and I found Cock instead. Wait.
Oh my God, it's literally me. Oh my God. Look, chat, look at this. This is amazing. It's me in 20 years holding a big old cock. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that cock.
It's not me, is it?
Oh,
Good
show
Rich
the
Games,
assassin
bro.
one too, and Damarco. Show
Yo.
the Damarco and assassin ones.
Oh
too.
yeah. Chat, let me show you guys this.
Oh,
oh wait, what am I
Goodrich,
doing? Look, hang on, I'm so dumb.
That was
I'm
the
like,
first
chat,
hour
look
and
at
a
this.
half of this podcast.
Oh look, there's a little gobbler thing. I'm sorry, chat. I'm like, chat, look at this. Like, no one can see the screen. I'm
Yeah,
so
Red, you might
dumb.
want to talk to Goodrich Games.
Look at this. Look at that. This is from FarQ, who photoshopped me in the future with a big old turkey in my hand. Me holding assassin, basically, is what that is. There you go, chat.
What the?
There you go. Pretty good.
You said
DeMarco,
you got one for
I'm gonna
DeMarco
show
too?
you. Yes, this is amazing. DeMarco, you are legit gonna love this. Here's DeMarco. In Skyrim. Look at that.
You know what's crazy? That's what my current character looks like exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
nobody can see this on stream, right? Because the turkey, or did you?
No,
take
I
the
moved it.
turkey out?
Yeah, I
Okay.
had to move the
What
turkey.
happened
yeah.
to my beard?
As long as you didn't
Oh,
make
the
fun of
other
me.
one is, the other one is really good.
Where did my beard go?
DeMarco. Look at that one, DeMarco. Oh,
You don't need it.
let's see.
Is
Slowlark FarQ is the AI master.
really
he
funny.
just,
Gotta focus.
it's really good. I'll send it to you. I'll send
Oh
it to
my
you.
god.
And let's see, one more.
Did you say?
Did he make one for
assassin?
Ollie?
Oh,
No,
I
there better
am.
not be one for me. He doesn't even know what I look like.
Oh god, that's horrifying.
What, did he put me in the suit?
I hate that.
Look, look at Red.
Nice, DeMarco.
Fantastic. I like my
Oh
ring
my
light
God.
is like blowing on the screen.
Wait, who's in the
Oh my
middle?
god. Look at
Do the
this.
assassin ones. Yeah,
Oh.
that one's really good.
The
It's Silent Hill too.
Wait, I can't. I don't think it came up. What?
I'm like,
Red,
oh,
you're
me.
looking, you're
I have
looking,
hair.
you're looking kind of Jamesy there.
That one really got me.
yeah, that was
Oh
really
my
good.
God.
What's the assassin one? I'm sorry.
They're in there.
There is
It-
none for me because I'm not.
Yes,
I
there
haven't done a
is.
face. How? He doesn't even know what I look like. How?
He
did you
works
send
with
that?
what he's got.
Bro, I will bet you
Yeah,
guys 10
Oh,
or
I
right
found it.
above.
I
He
found
didn't
it.
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No, he did not. Why would you? Okay, I'm lagging behind. I can't see. I can't.
Here you go. There's assassin with that real face.
Um.
Yeah.
Hey.
Is that
And here's the-
Photoshop or like an AI app?
It's an AI
Uh,
thing. I don't know how he does it. It's really good.
Why does my face? Why does my logo look more
This one's
circular than
terrifying.
usual?
Come on.
It's not focusing quite yet. Yeah. That one was. Yeah.
That one's kind of creeped me out. I'm like, I don't like that. I mean, I like it, but
Wait,
it's too good.
what is my face even on? Is that Pinhead?
Presumably.
I think it's Dead by Daylight or something.
It looks like Hellraiser, but
Heads usually
Something.
go
I
on
know-
next assassin.
Did you see the last one I just sent?
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is great. This is. I'm
what,
actually
did he
okay
actually
with
put
this.
me on Ezio's face for once?
Look at that. Hellblade.
That one kills me.
That is so good.
I like
I'm
the
with it.
Oh
sweat.
god, if it kills.
Really.
That is crazy.
Oh
That is so good.
my god.
It was great. It was great.
Thank you,
Love
Farq.
that. Lotus, thank you so much. Yeah, they said DeMarco is still awake. This is a good podcast. That's how you know. That's how you know. DeMarco is still hanging in there. Exactly. Yes, yes. Thank you for making
Well,
the
he's not
turkey
yelling
big.
at us because he's hungry yet.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Oh well, so I have this new thing where I actually eat during work hours, and surprisingly that helps. Go figure.
It
Okay,
does.
okay,
Because your
okay,
sugar
good news.
drops and your brain just shuts off, man. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I had two whole peanut butter and jelly sandwiches during my work today, and surprisingly,
that's one
it
down.
actually provides sustenance, which helps you stay awake and alert and feel full. And it's crazy that that's how food works, but I'm learning this for the first time. Not promising I'll keep doing it, even though it's good for me, but you know.
Fantastic. Farq says, I derailed another show, mission accomplished. Yeah, you did. You did. Yes. Goodrich Games. Yes, welcome. Wait, who's this? Goodrich Games. This doesn't look like the Game Awards talk. You need to change your life. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anyone
Yes.
tuning in for their Game Awards talk and just see a random turkey?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Listen, you don't need to be sorry. Listen, we're going to put the turkey back up.
You're right, I'm
and-
not sorry because all of you
Turkey
made it
incoming.
happen.
There we
Nope.
go. It's back. All right.
And we're back to a giant turkey.
And once again, all jokes aside, thank you guys so much for the crazy, insane, generous donation, support, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's very humbling, and I never really had the right words to say other than thank you so much, and I will continue to do what I do with buttered sausage. Speaking of which, I think I can actually
Let's talk about buttered sausage.
yeah, exactly.
What?
Got your ass.
There we go. I never get to mess with sound bites, so thank you. But yes, thank you guys so much for the support tonight. It's such a blast. This is always like the the highlight of my week, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Verdant Babble. Verdant Babble says DeMarco been busy. Is that one of your people there, DeMarco?
Maybe. Sorry if
Okay.
I don't remember Verdant.
Okay, no, it's okay. It's okay. Look at his face. Putting it in the eye of the turkey. The eye of the turkey.
Oh, I like how it cups his little head.
I know, little holding his little head. Look at your head. How your head fits right there. Oh, look, and on the other side, it's the wolf on the wall. Oh, it's meant to be.
You can never move from this place ever again.
And all you can see is your mouth underneath. We have too much fun with this shit. Okay. All right, guys. DeMarco, what's your next video? Where can people find you?
Next video we'll be looking at we'll be looking at some games probably. Very likely it'll involve a video game. No, actually I was thinking about streaming my first reactions to Stalker 2 tomorrow.
Oh,
So-
God, yes.
Ooh.
That would be
I know
awesome.
that that'll be everybody. However, I wanted to consider, I have it's not good. I'm not going to pretend it's good, but I do have a Let's Play channel that I have not used in quite some time. And I think, maybe we could put up a couple episodes of some Stalker 2. Not saying I'll complete the game that way, but, could be fun. Could be fun. So, we'll see.
That's fantastic. And Assassin, what you doing, man? You're doing things.
So before we get to me, True says, "What am I looking at here?" This is
And
what you
Lotus
get when
answered it
when you go
perfectly.
get here too late.
Lotus just simply said,
Yes,
"You
yes,
know
he
how
did.
we do."
It's so perfect. I know. It made me happy.
I'm just
You know
like,
how it is.
True. This is what you get for coming in too late on the podcast. You don't know what the context is.
It's November, True. That is what you get with this. Look at this thing dangling here. Look at this. Oh wait, where's his dangle?
Well, you
Oh,
guys.
you didn't have a dangle.
Well, you guys had a pumpkin. You guys had a
Waddle?
pumpkin
it
last
is.
month. You guys got a turkey this one, but you got nothing for Christmas. So we're safe.
You don't
Oh,
you tempt me.
hold my beer.
Hold my eggnog. Yes, yes.
Why?
You-
There's nothing that you guys can put on my face for December.
A
No
penguin,
animal
a
represents
polar
Christmas.
bear, Santa,
Pause.
Santa.
The
No.
star on a tree.
A
a
reindeer,
star on a
Rudolph.
tree, a goofy looking star. Rudolph is a good one.
Cousin
You
Eddie
guys
from
think
Christmas
so low of
Vacation.
me that you're
Big,
There
there's a
you
big
go.
picture of Will Ferrell in his elf costume.
That
You
I
guys
would
think
have
so
that-
low of me that you're wanting
Grinch.
me to become a
The
tree.
Grinch, yeah, the Abominable Snowman,
Lou Who.
Mr. Heat Miser, and Mr. Cold
Cindy Lou Who.
Freeze Cold Miser.
Bah,
Cindy
humbug.
Lou Who.
Any of the Misfit toys, come to think of it.
That's true. Yeah, like
Uh-huh.
the whole squad, the whole
whole
Misfit
squad.
squad. Yeah.
Bah,
Christmas
Um,
critters from South Park.
What does
What
a
What
turkey
does the
say?
turkey say?
Thank you.
or
Smart.
you don't dare.
When Assassin starts yelling at me and calling me stupid, we could put a big picture of Scrooge.
There
I
you
mind-
go.
Every week.
I'll just
Aren't
have him.
I the
just ready to
one-
go.
It's the. Aren't I the one that gets sniped with the stupid all the time?
By
She's like,
DeMarco
"Holly, let me
all the
tell you why
time,
that's
yes.
stupid." Game
Holly,
Series
you're
is
totally
ill off.
loser.
You're the first person in this podcast. I've said it 1,000 times. I've never said anything else.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Come on, get it right.
It's opposite
Donnie, you're
day.
right. Bah humbug. Bah humbug.
Oh yeah, we can make
All
him
of you.
Scrooge. Put
All
a
of
top
you.
hat
That would
on
be
his.
perfect.
Put a top hat on his little round face. The
With the
Andrew,
wheelchair.
why'd you have to say it like
Or
that,
not a
man?
wheelchair.
Well,
a
you're
wheelchair.
you're. I didn't mean your fate. Your real face. Your. Ex.
No, Holly. Holly, look what Andrew said.
Yes.
Is
I
that
read
what?
that.
Is that what you want for Christmas? Someone to put something in your on your face? Yeah. He said no one's gonna put anything on my face, and I went, well, hold my yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys have been thinking about this for a while, haven't you?
Yes.
It's.
Look at that, Holly. I cupped, or
Why
the
would you-
turkey has cupped your face. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect, Holly.
Okay.
While you're cupped. This is weird.
Okay, go to Holly while I think about my outro, please.
Yes, Holly. What's going on with you tomorrow? Are you jumping straight into Stalker 2 tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes, and you're
I am.
prepared. You're mentally prepared, so you know.
I need.
You know.
I need to. Yeah. I need to update it tonight, which will take 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably another, and then there's another patch too, right? Aren't there 2 patches?
Yeah. Well, it'll probably just do it all at once.
Or did
now.
they? Did they? Okay, I didn't know if they.
Yeah, like it was like the
Um,
whole game update, like the whole 146, and then it was like a 36 gig update, just like a little bit.
Holy
ago, so,
crap!
yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't
Okay.
reload it on PC, baby.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to try it on PC.
I
But
would,
without-
because I would do it on PC, because if it's anything like the original Stalker games, it's gonna get mods.
Oh well, they're getting console mods.
The only
Well,
thing
PC
is
mods can usually do more if there's like script extenders or anything that console
True.
mods can't.
And it's
The
a
only thing is
PC-centric
this-
studio too, so it's
yeah. The only thing is though is that I could play it on PC Game Pass, but it seems like the PC Game Pass versions always have problems compared to the Steam version. So I'm like, do I buy it on Steam? Do I play it on PC Game Pass?
Mhm.
I bought it through Steam just because I know the developers and their story. So to me, it's like, you know what? And honestly, this is a type of game I think you could probably come back to and play it multiple times, and you might want to revisit it several years from now, assuming it's good, right? Reviews aren't out yet, but so I didn't mind buying this one personally, if that convinces you one way or the other.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying it. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole nother silly side conversation. What's going on there?
Assassin is elf.
Ah! He's
Parky
the elf
is
on the
so
shelf.
good. He's so good. Yeah. So good.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Red has 1.9 subs. So everybody, if you're listening and you haven't subbed, then maybe take your mouse pointer over there and just hit the button.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And Friday
Yeah,
night.
we never
on
advertised that.
I mean, he's really close to 2K, so
Yeah, he's gonna
End
catch
of
up
the
to
year?
me.
moving on up.
You're
He's
gonna
already
pass me.
caught up to Arcane.
Yeah,
It's a
Red, you're
long
gonna pass.
journey. It's
He's
been a
trying to
long
get to
hard-
his YouTube career, so let's help him out.
It's true.
And I'm here every week. And Fridays, I am. Happy Bomb said, "I've already subbed to this channel with all my accounts. Should I make more?"
Yeah, please make a bunch of bot accounts.
Cute. I know you have more than one account too. Just saying. Anyway, so yeah, and then Friday nights on the Infinite Podcast, 6 p.m. Central on Brisket for the Biscuits channel. So thank you everyone. Chat, you guys are awesome. Like, you guys are so much fun. I feel like we're just like all actually hanging out with you when we do
Yeah.
this. So it's really cool. And we
It's
appreciate
like-
it.
Yeah, it's like the weekly party. Like everyone gets together, and it's like, hey, we're still hanging out this Tuesday. It's like, yeah, bro, come on by. That's how it always feels. Like everyone just coming and chilling and hanging out. And we never get all into the industry stuff too much, but when we do, Assassin and Damarco fight, which we love. So that's yeah, we love that. So
I knew it!
yeah. So we like that. Anyway, Assassin, you want to tell people who you are and where you're going to be and who you're going to be next month in December?
I'm not going to be anybody next month, thank you very much, because thankfully you guys will forget, just like you did the... Shit. Never mind, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
You can find me on Twitter, and now Blue Sky. The link to Twitter is down there. I'm going to have to send the link for Blue Sky to Red. But if you are on Blue Sky, just type in Assassin, like my name says, and hopefully you'll find me easily. The second A is a 4, by the way, so that should help.
He's asked for
you-
sin.
As for sin. Yep. There we go.
This is what I get for trying to be... Anyway, you can
I
also
feel like I
find me on
really
Twitch.
regret that decision.
You can find me on Twitch at Assassin52, and I will respond to your chats this time. I swear, I will. I'll actually be streaming Stalker 2 live tomorrow night. And I actually have a couple of videos lined up. The first one should go live either Friday or Saturday. Red will be in the video. So that's
Can't
playing
wait
Monster
for
Hunter.
that.
And I've actually sent the next batch of clips to my editor. He already knows what I prefer. And Holly will be in that one.
He knows what I like.
It'll be some clips from BO6 and how many
Everything I
times
did
Holly
was on
killed us.
purpose. Everything I
killed me
did
and-
was on purpose.
So you intentionally killed me and my Siege Squad on purpose.
Yup.
With mine.
If you read your chat during stream, you would have known that I warned you. Holly loves to kill her teammates.
Yeah, it's true.
It is
See,
like
fair
I will
enough.
literally. There were so many times where we'll be playing, and I will just be standing here like this, like waiting for a guy, and then I see Holly come up on the side, and then just
Sorry,
go,
did you say you were camping? Is that what you were doing?
No, I was watching an objective. And Holly just runs up to side and just goes, pop.
Marco just admitted he's a camper confirmed, guys.
I am a chaos creator, and I love
So
it
good.
because I am so
That's
not
what
that
you're
in
done.
real life.
I thought it was a brisket thing.
Fantastic.
Not camping. I was not camping. I was playing tactically.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
what
They all
camping.
say.
this whole week is going to be nothing but tactics when soccer comes out, because that's what it's all about, baby. Chat, I do want to know before we go, are you guys going to be getting Stalker? I'm actually curious to know if you're getting it.
Yeah,
if
follow
you
DeMarco on
understand.
YouTube and follow me on Twitch. We're both gonna be live streaming Stalker 2 tomorrow. He'll probably do it earlier in the day than I will. So,
Yeah,
hey,
I'm gonna be doing it all tomorrow. Tomorrow.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It'll be 11 a.m. for Damarco. Well, probably like 1 maybe by the time you.
Yeah, I gotta download all the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes out. FarQ says I'm
It'll probably
playing.
be 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
me.
True
that FarQ?
77. True 77 says C. Yes. Playing Stalker. Fantastic. Yadani says I will eventually. Game Seeker. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Fantastic. FarQ. I'm playing Stalker Trilogy right now. Which one are you playing, FarQ? Probably Call it Pripyat. Maybe. I don't know. Lotus says yes. Game Pass. Fantastic. That's what the campers. That's what the campers say. Peanut Brooks, thank you for coming out of the shadows. Thank you so much. It's a great show. Thank you so much, Peanut Brooks. We hope to see you next week. Very specifically. Appreciate you. AEC Vic is definitely playing Stalker. Oh, the first one, Shadow of Chernobyl. Gotcha. Okay. Just making sure I understand. So tempted to play Stalker 2 tomorrow, though. Listen, FarQ, it's on Game Pass. Take your time with it. Play through the whole trilogy. That way, by the time that you get to Stalker 2, you have a more of an understanding of the world and the story and what's happened and all the references, because there will be references, trust me. So anyway, 30 of you guys are still here hanging out with us, and I just want to say thank you so much. Be sure to follow everyone in the description right now. Go in the description of the video, follow everyone on Twitter, follow their YouTube channels, their Twitches. And yeah, you can follow me as well on Twitter. And I don't know if I'm going to Blue Sky just yet. I'm waiting to see how that pans out. I don't know if it's going to be a,
It's so much more positive on Blue Sky, though. It's very positive.
If everyone from Twitter is negative and everyone from Twitter is going to Blue Sky, I don't think it's going to be too much longer before Blue Sky becomes Twitter. So we'll see. Hey, word. Yeah. Assassin, a member for 1 month, says Red. Can you say Finn Grimace 5 times fast as an early Christmas gift? Finn Grimace? Finn Grimace? I don't know what I'm... Finn Grimace? I get it. Is it Finn Grimace? I don't get
Yes,
it.
that's actually it, yes.
Finn Grimace? Okay. Everyone's laughing. I have no idea. I guess you got me. You nailed me.
I
have
don't
no
know what
idea.
it is either.
I have no idea.
What is it?
But,
DeMarco, are you a cool kid? Do you know? Okay.
okay. Assassin's just young and full of life, and he just has so much to give.
What do you mean young? You guys are not that much older than me. Well, DeMarco
33.
probably is, but
I'm old. No.
you're not that
Just
old.
Never, baby. Anyway, all right. Fantastic. What is it? Slow Lark says I don't get it either. Don't do it. It's probably dirty. I have no idea. All right. Oh, I did it. I said it. Fantastic. Listen, we love you guys so much. Thank you all for being here, and we will see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.